you excited? Oh, I hope so. Oh, dearie, dearie. They look all very excited at the Labour Party conference, don't they? That place is packed. What happened to the Tory Party conference? Oh, are you excited? Empty. Oh, I hope so. Oh, what's happened? Oh, dearie, dearie. They look all very excited at the Labour Party conference, don't they? That place. Oh, I think so. Here we go. There you go. I muted myself. I really need to get another sound card. That I do. So I don't go through the other sound card. Anyway, it's not there. Well, yes, it all looked very, had put it, very exciting, very well enthused, and little old Angela Rayner with her golden locks. She looked rather excited too, until the mother phoned her up and she's been interviewed by somebody. Can't remember who it was. But anyway, she's been interviewed, and halfway through this media interview thingy-majiggy, well then, a mummy called. She looked quite angry, actually. Angela Rayner did. Oh, she never calls me, she goes. Yeah, I have to admit, that was quite funny, to see. Well, she did her speech to quite a flippin' crowd. I thought, whoa. Now, last week, the Tories were having to rearrange chairs for photo ops. To make it look bigger, especially when Mark Harper was speaking. Oh, my giddy aunt. Although there was a few for old Suella Braverman. I wonder why. Bunch of fascists, if you ask me. Well, old Suella Braverman, she was there, wasn't she? And we had a heckler. Can you remember that? We had a heckler. Happened to be a Tory heckler. Oh, he was so loud and so disruptive. You wouldn't believe it, no. And do you know what they did? They got hold of him by the scruff of his neck. Oh, and so they should. Oh, and they dragged him out, they did, of the, the conference. It was shocking. It really was. Well, what did he actually say? Well... Oh dear. I hope I've got sound after me rabbiting on. I better do a sound check in a minute. Oh no, I did, haven't I? By accident, yeah. Anyway. Oh, there was this heckler. Yeah. His name was Andy. Well, I think it's Andrew, whatever. Anyway. Let's have a, yeah. It was a heckler. I'm turning buttons around so it's a bit, here we go. There he is. Oh, crikey, he's sitting there. He is, just there. He looks like a troublemaker, if you ask me, doesn't he? He looked a right old troublemaker. Yeah, what did he do? He spoke, he did.
You don't challenge this poison. Things just get worse.
There's no such thing as gender
Whole
ideology.
Institutions become...
They jumped on him. He literally just spoke. And they jumped on. This is Tories for you. They jumped on. And this is the Manchester police. What are they doing there, doing that? Huh? He spoke what? He barely got a sentence out.
As always happens when the left gets the upper hand, those who fail to conform are persecuted, chased out of their jobs for saying...
I saw that last week. You've probably seen this already, but when I saw this last week, I thought, what the hell have we become? What do we look like? Honestly? Listen,
There's no such thing as gender ideology.
how's that heckling? How's that heckling? Some people say it's staged. That was staged. I don't know. No, it's not staged. But it didn't stop there, did it? No. He was then manhandled, literally manhandled, out of the conference and off the grounds.
How help you out, sir?
My name's Andrew Boff.
Andrew Boff, you're a Tory, aren't you?
I'm a loyal Tory for 50 years.
So why are you saying that to Why are you saying
trash about gender ideology is making our Conservative Party look transphobic and homophobic.
Exactly.
This is not what the Conservative Party is about. We have a
Gents,
proud
by all means,
record
film if you want
of
to.
standing
Don't
up
get in our way, okay?
It was just horrendous, absolutely horrendous. Now, if you might know the YouTuber geezer, Truth to Power. Well, he actually used to work with Andrew Boff years ago, and he said that he's one of the nicest people you'd ever meet. I can believe that. He might be a Tory, but they're not all horrendous. Well, I hope not, anyway. Yeah, I hope not. But that was just unnecessary. It was unnecessary, uncalled for, and also it was excessive use of force. And using the police service to do it, not the venue's own security. No, use the police force. Get them involved. Oh, yeah, get the Manchester police in there. They'll sort out. Come on, this is getting ridiculous. It really is getting ridiculous. And then we have the Labour Party conference starting. I was damn happy with that. It's watched Angela Rayner. And it was enthused. It was, well, yeah. And Wes Streeting, I think he's talking on Wednesday, I think it is. Doing his speech on Wednesday. And I hope he repeats his line from this morning. I really do. I really do. Which I'll, enlighten you with in the moment. Anyway, before I do that, who we got here in the chat? Oh, I've got an extra button now, by the way. Yeah, I've programmed another button. So I've got 3 buttons. Yeah, so we can make it easier to format. Anyway, so what we got? Let's, hello. Right, yes, I am in live chat. I did that, I remembered. Hello, P. Dollars and Joel Marrells and Gingers. Hello, Gingers. And, Gingers, I know you are the lover. I know. Well, top smoke limerick. Oh, there was once a man called Morehouse who spent his Mondays at the whorehouse. Sorry. So, I should read it before I say it, right, shouldn't I? He thought he had a clout when his wife, found out. And she... Oh, I'm going to start again now. Okay. This is Top Smoke's limerick, and I'm going to repeat it because I shouldn't really, but I'm going to. There was once a man called Morehouse who spent his Mondays at the whorehouse, and he thought he had a clout when his wife, she found out. And the show had the morals of a woodlouse. Poor Phil, honestly. I might not agree with what he has to say, but I don't dislike him that much. Sorry. Thank you for that, Top Smoke. Well, okay, anyway. That got me. That was quite funny. Top Smoke, that was pretty hilarious, I must admit. Feel the pill. Nick Young says, good evening, all shorts, and everyone in the chat, good evening to you too. 91 leads, good evening, Marcus. Wally's and all. He's asleep on the sofa just there. There he is. Oh, my little buddy boy. And my little Dora's there as well. Yeah, they're both there, waiting for a treat, probably. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Oh, so what else we got here? I'll scroll on down. Nick Young, hello, Nick Young. Joel and... Oh, God, I got another limerick. Another limerick. Okay, I'll do it now before it gets lost off the top. There was once a man called Mad Monk who stole the VHS tape with a baby on. He went to the woods where he had buried the goods and has forced us to put the Betamax copy on. Betamax. God, that's a blast from the past, that is. Hello, Duke Vengeance. Liz is more of a ventricular dummy than a zombie. I'll talk about zombies. I have my very own zombies. Oh, there we are. Here's some zombies for you.
The most significant electoral victory of recent times and an 80-seat Conservative majority. And yet, today, I see the same old faces, the same voices, the same old politicians making the same old tired predictions.
It's behind you.
I see a group of spineless dithers,
Oh,
devoid of answers to any of the challenges the world faces or that our country faces. And yet, they're there, baying with disapproval at the tough but necessary decisions that our government has to make. And where, I ask myself, is the leadership from their so-called leader?
Oh, not quite.
I will serve you with integrity and humility, and I will work day in, day out to deliver
there he goes.
for the British people.
Thank God for that. You go Tory. For dead end future. Oh, enough of that. Anyway, where are we? Get back. Right, I'm losing my voice already. Here we go. Who else got Counter Kev, hello there. Evening, everybody. Evening, everybody. Oh. Doc Davies. Hi, Waddy, folks. Hiya. Scroll down. Counter Kev, Nick Young. Hello, Nick Young. Hello, Beyond. Tic Tac Tacs. Tic Tac Tac. Tic Tac Tac. Say that quickly. Tic Tac Tacs. Well, we've got the highest taxes on record, haven't we? According to, well, their own figures. Scrolling down, night one of these. Alistair, hello there, buddy. Hope you well. Hi, Gingers. Hi, Joel. Hi, Nick. Hi, Counter Kev. Blah, 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 blah. Hi. And Robin, hello there. Hello from Canada. Well, my brother-in-law might come and see you. He might be forced to. What they're going to think it's going to work either. Yeah, there's developments on that front. Oh my God, I've got fruit flies again. As soon as I put my lights on, they all get attracted to me. We've been processing flipping tomatoes and fruit today, you see. And so we've got fruit flies. Little buggers everywhere. Anyway, yeah, so, I did a video earlier this week regarding my brother-in-law who's trying to get back into the United States after he left the United States, and he had he overstayed by about 2 weeks. So he tried to apply again for another ESTA, and they rejected him, and they said they can reapply in January next year. So he's not very happy because he wants to meet Gingers as lover in the United States, you see. And as such, what am I going to do? So he's going to try and get... What he is doing on Monday, he's going to Peterborough to pick up a new passport, thinking that that's going to make a difference. Seriously. Because he wants the stamps in it, you see. So if he... Oh, yeah, well, stamps in it. And, the digital... Yeah, and biometrics. But anyway, so he's going to pick up this new passport, thinking he's going to be able to get in that way. But you've got to apply for your ESTA or not. I don't know what he's thinking. I think he's just desperate. I think he might be in love. But he's a chronic individual. Nasty piece of work, and he likes to rip off his parents, big time. He ripped off me and all, so obviously I'm not too keen on it. So, yeah, he'll be heading over to Canada. That's his next plan. They say, we'll try Canada then. Let's see if we can meet up in Canada. Oh, there. Hello, Legon. I hope you're feeling better, my friend. And who's Zebediah Thomas? Oh, good evening, all. Good evening. We've got 50 people there. That's looking good. Chris Murphy, hi, and Counter Kev. Scrolling down. And Duke Vengeance. Oh, said it already. I mean, he wasn't even heckling. No, he wasn't. It's ridiculous. That wasn't a heckle. That was like, hello. That's about all. It's ridiculous. It's just, I don't know. Stage. Doc Davies thinks that stage. Do you think that stage? It didn't look good on Tories, they did that. I don't think it looked good. I don't think anyone would be particularly fond of that. Unless you're someone like, I don't know, Andy Wank, whatever his name is, Crafty Wank. Hello, Matt. Hope you're well. A good evening all on the chat, and good evening to you, Marks. Thank you very much. Good evening to you as well. And Judy Bottle, hello there. And Ort Beach, oh, hello there. And Chris Fisher, oh, aye. Depends what name he changed it to. Oh, we might do that. That's quite a possibility. And Reagan Ali, I've been away for too long. Hello, Reagan. Do you have a nice holiday? I hope you had a nice holiday, Reagan. Duke Vengeance, are you accusing Ginger Giraffe of promising promiscuity with your brother? You see, my brother-in-law, he's got... It's not a brother, my brother-in-law. Yeah, I ain't got a brother, I got sisters. But yeah, my brother-in-law, that's dating, online dating for you. That's what it is. You know. You ain't got a clue what she's letting himself in for. Because he's got history. Residence, you could say. He wines them and he dines them. He draws them in to his way. You know, say, I think he's lovely and all that. And then he rips them off. What he does, he's a grifter. Tories don't get tased, hello there. We to the bottom there, we to the bottom. Hi Tories, don't get tased. Reagan. Everyone said hello to each other. That's good. All very friendly. I like that. Chris Fisher, it depends on the name you change it to. Done that. Oh, Canada. The train stopping video was funny. Right, have you seen how many people turn up for the Gammon conference? I mean to say, Reform Party conference? Just for a sec, yeah. Yeah. I haven't seen it yet, QA Library. I tried to refrain from that because Anne Widdecombe is there. She made a speech, didn't she? Was it busy, was it? Or was it not? Yeah, just a few seats free. Oh my God! Was it a big hall though? Or was it a little hall? Was it like, you think the Tories and that have you? They could not fill the seats until Suella Braverman was on. That's not a good sign. What the state of the country's in, is it? About people's attitudes towards other people. No. Mark Harper was on. He didn't exactly fill the room, did he? They had to reposition the chairs and get everyone to sit on one side for the photo shoot. That looked like there's lots of people there. It did make me tickle. It did. So hi Rob, the Scotsman in Wales. Okay, well, oh yeah. Oh my giddy aunt. No, I think we're doomed. I really think we're doomed. I think all the decent people have been swamped by all the nutters. They're all the loudest out there, aren't they? They're the ones that are causing the most flipping grief for everybody concerned. And then you got Blooming Lee Anderson and his fake taxi driver. Oh my God, there he is. Yeah, his fake taxi driver. What did he have to say? Oh,
that area is going to get all the congestion and the dirty air.
But what next, Gary? What's going to happen next? Is it going to be a tax on bridges? Is it going to be just tunnels? You know, we've seen also...
Oh, you got to pay your toll, you know. Got to take your little leprechauns and stuff. The leprechaun are troll. There'll be little trolls under the bridges. Yeah. Give me my money, I want my toll.
We've got the ULEZ expansion scheme along with ULEZ. Now we've got a charge on tunnels. Can the people of London really afford this?
No, it's short anyway, but then what will happen is, once he realises people ain't going through the Blackwall Tunnel, and I shouldn't say this because it'll give him an idea, he'll start charging for every bridge over London.
Well, there you go, more common sense from Guy the Cabbie. Glad to have him back, because every time I get in this cabbie with Gary, he reminds me what common sense is.
Oh my God. Gary, the common sense cabbie. Whenever I get in the cabbie with Gary. For God's sake. Oh, I'm just lost. I think we had lots of folks last week, didn't we? Been rather awful to Ava from, was it Political X? Yeah, I'm no fan of her, but at the end of the day, I'm no, lots of folks now he's complaining that everyone's attacking him. So he would be happy about this, that he wasn't. Oh, he is. Oh no, it's the wrong one. Oh crikey, my buttons. I got my buttons mixed up. That's what this said. Well, I feel physically sick, said Lawrence Fox, at the idea of being objectified as a sex object by a comedy show, he says. What about my human rights? You ain't got any. You forfeited them. Yeah. They're doing exactly same thing they accused me of then. She's like, she was cringing. Like, oh, God, make me physically sick. I wouldn't do. Let's have a look. Look. When she mentioned Dan Wood. Now, Lawrence Fox is an awful individual. And he deserves everything he gets. He's going out there and doing this campaigning and what have you, and heckling. And it's just the logic in what he's doing. And we've got trans women reading stories. What's wrong with that? I don't get it. And he's labelled them all as paedophiles. That's ludicrous. That's just ridiculous. Where were we?
But I'm very proud of the fact that the Labour Party...
Oh, what happened there? Not that one, not that one. Not that one. Oh, I'm losing my mind, I am. Oh, I've lost it now. Well. So where were we? Oh, that one there. Oh, let's just give you a bit of light humour. Yeah.
Ladies. President Trump works for God, and God is all about America. And God is the one that's going to save America.
President Trump
actually
works for God.
He's using President Trump as one of his tools. So that's why we support President Trump, because he works for God.
Amen.
Amen.
Jesus.
Ladies. President Trump works for God, and God is all about America. And God is the one that's going to save America. But actually, he's using President Trump as one of his tools. So that's why we support President Trump, because he works for God.
Amen.
Amen.
Ladies.
President Trump.
Hey, Gingers, are you related? Oh my god. Back in the chat. I'll try and keep up with the chat today if I can. Oh, zombies need brains. Oh, give me brains. Blimey. Gotta be brains. Where are we? That zombie will get some votes for the Tories, most definitely. By the way, who is the guy talking? That's James not so cleverly. The sound was muted at the start, Curry Library. Was it muted, was it? That's strange. It might be just my fingers trying to keep up. It's quite a lot for the computer to do this. Anyway, hi from across the pond. Hello, Semper Fi. I hope you're well. Blimey, from across the pond. Is that your relative then? Oh dear. Scroll down. Have you seen how many people turn up for the Gammon Conference? I meant to say, yeah, we've done that already. I've gone too far up, haven't I? Gone too far up. Let's scroll down. Stop at the bottom. London cabs have to be all electric or hybrid, and the official taxi have 78 miles of electric range. Is it? They have to be constantly plugged in. Can't they use extension leads? Can't they be like trams, just like, from above? 78 miles, that's nothing. That's no good. That's heavy, isn't it? Taxi drivers have been asking for more battery range due to nicer ride and lower costs, and they do not pay ULEZ. That's a good point. But 78 miles isn't very far. Not doing taxi driving. You'd be constantly on the road, aren't you? I suppose a lot of the time they're sitting and waiting, so I suppose they'd have to constantly keep plugging in. What they need is an easy way to plug in, don't they? Like Scare Electric track. They're driving the little slots. No? It's just an idea. Just put it out there, you never know. Anyone listening? That's my idea, okay? What royalties? Oh my god, says Chatty Rat, I know. Oof, lost. It's Donny is a tool, alright. It ain't wrong. Why is God blamed for Trump? Well, Trump's a tool. It's Jesus. Oh my god, if she understand or read the Bible, only Israel Jews are the chosen country of people. Oh my god, what's going on in Gaza and what have you in Israel? I don't want to comment because I don't really understand a lot of it, to be fair. But yeah, God, it looks horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. And now Israel, they're going, well, they said they're going to destroy Hamas, is what they're saying. Frightening. So, is this going to be a Marcus hour? Maybe Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid, I hope it will. Trump works for Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny, and they both are trying to destroy the democratic processes in the US. Yes, that they are. And now we've got Biden is now building a wall. Oh, after categorically saying no wall, there'll be no wall. But now, apparently, his excuse is, the money's already allocated. It can't be spent on anything else. That can't be true, can it? Really? We'll see. Let's put that over. Let's see it. Trump loves only himself. He doesn't even love his kids. Although he wants to bed one of them, mind. So that's yeah. He pretty much said that, didn't he, in an interview? Overhead chicken wire like bumper cars. Exactly. That'd be perfect. All over London for the taxi drivers. Or slots in the road like Skelet. Either way, I think it'll be work a treat. It will. Yep. Dodging cars, electric grid, and we can all use them, and no more accidents. Yeah, the only thing is we turn the steering wheel right round, it goes backwards. That bit getting used to, that will. MTG spouts the same. God, clap, trap. He's too. Oh my god. The cabs. He's white. He can't be a taxi driver in England. All the ones I've seen are Middle Eastern, and I'm not being racist. Oh, that's it. He's not. He's a plant, isn't he? he's just somebody who maybe he's somebody who Leanne's knocked on the door once. Went on about cat and nine tails. Maybe it was that bloke. Maybe. I don't know if you've seen that, have you? God. Whereas at the moment we pay massive tax and get no services. Gary Ubel. Oh, I missed Aaron Stumcare. Hello, buddy. Aaron Stumcare. Oh, Super Chat. Nice one. Super Chats will keep you going all night, you know. So, the new leader of the Tories, Marcus, by the turnout. Yeah, that's actually. Stum, you've got a good point there to think of that. She's obviously clearly popular amongst Tory voters because her turnout was, as you saw, was quite considerable. And on that note, could you say the same about Angela Raider? Because what I saw today, she knocked the ball out, knocked out the park. She did. Now, I'm not an actual Labour Party fan. I'm not. I just know in my heart that's the option we've got. But if I was voting with my heart, or I truly believe I'll be voting Green. I really would. I'll be voting Labour. There'll be a wasted vote there. Where we are in Broadland area, there's no hope for Greens whatsoever. And we need as much help as we possibly can get in the Broadland area to get the Tories out because it's a bit of a safe seat for them. So although last time didn't they they only just got in. Tax on knuckle dragging. I like that. A tax on knuckle dragging. Yeah. These. Well, flipping Lee Anderson. He's got to be one of the biggest knuckle draggers out there, isn't he? It's unbelievable. God. I've been getting a bit down about it all, to be honest, recently regarding current state of affairs. Because like I said to you before, I really worry about my kids. Not everyone really, to be fair. Any decent people, anyway. And I'm getting to a point now where I can't see any real light at the end of the tunnel, no matter what Keir Starmer might say, Angela Rayner might say, or Wes Streeting might say, or David Lamb, you might say, any of them might say we could do this and do that. But I just don't understand what with. Because they're going to need money. Now, when Tony Blair took over, with a landslide victory for Blair, wasn't it, in Labour? A new Labour. They had access to money. The national debt was nothing like it is today. As such, it wasn't great, but it was nothing like what it is today. So they had some room to move. We don't have, how to put it, our economy is not based on gold, gold reserves and stuff like that. It's just based on nothing really. It's just there. So we've got them to borrow against. It's the same when you're borrowing for the country. You get a credit rating. The country gets a credit rating. And the UK's credit rating is plummeted recently, which means we pay a downside more for the debt that we've got. We're currently paying around $9 billion a month to furnish the current debt. It's not going to be that easy for Labour to come in there and the Chancellor, the Chancellor Exchequer, I forgot to flip the name now. Oh my God, I'm losing my mind, I am. And to got them to work with. So I don't see how they're going to get done what they say they need to get done. I know they're going to say, oh yeah, money for the non-dom states and that, but the non-dom states equates to what was written as various sources, but it's estimated around 10.9 billion saved, that they save for by having non-dom status. They save about 10.9 billion, but they contribute around 8 billion. Other reports say differently, or the way it's calculated, but that was the most generous one I could find. But still not enough. Even if it is at the highest reported amount you have for non-dom status regarding clawing back taxes and what have you, it's not going to be enough. Not everything that Labour is saying that they want to do. Nowhere near for them enough. Yes, you have a plan over the next few years. It's not happening straight away, is it? Nothing. I think most people accept that. But we've still got to furnish that national debt. We can't be adding to it. And you're not going to get it all back from non-dom status. You won't get that money immediately, you see, because it'll be the end of the tax year. You have to wait for that. And then you're going to get some individuals will say, we'll sod that, because they can. We'll make our, we'll become tax resident of Singapore or wherever it is, you know. Look at James Dyson, what he did. Post-Brexit, he then, he left the UK as a tax resident for tax reasons. But he came back in, mind. But you see, these people got properties all over the place. It doesn't matter where they are. They've got the money to do so. You and I haven't. Obviously, we can't benefit from this stuff. So I don't understand. I don't see where they can get the money from. I'm a bit concerned that they're making promises that they can't keep, and then they'll just get labelled as liars. And I think that's a worry, because you can't promise things that you can't necessarily how to put it. If you don't know what the state of the economy is, because the Tories are not telling them. Even freedom of information requests are being redacted, so they don't know the true state of the economy. They can speculate, but they don't actually know what the true state of the economy is. So it's going to be extremely difficult for Labour. Now, I hope that people will understand that and say, okay, we get that, and we need, something needs to be done. We get it. But you know what the Tories are going to do? They're going to use this as an attack line against the Labour Party at the next general election. I still don't think they'll swing it for them. I think we'll see at least 2 terms out of Labour. But I might be wrong, and they pull a cat out the hat, cat out the bat, cat out there, cat. Oh, anyway, maybe they do make things better. But I'm sure they will make things better. But whether or not they're better achieve what they've been promising, I think that's a worry. Because it's ammunition, isn't it? Anyway, what was I saying? Marcus Beggars fan is in the house. Hello there. Hi, mate. Did I ever tell you I love you? Don't worry. Sane minds will prevail. I hope so. And Scotland needs its independence, along with Northern Ireland. Not Northern Ireland is reunification. Yeah, that's it. Independence from the Union, but yeah. Oh, anyway, yeah. I actually think that could happen before Scottish independence. I think it really could happen before that. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I think it's written into the Good Friday Agreement. It's possible. Hello. Chris Fisher says there is no interest in truth now. Nope. And it drives me absolutely insane. And it's just celebrating people's misconceptions and forcing division, and 90% need to stand up to the 10%. But the 10% need to convince the 41% of the dumbest to back them. Is that what happened to Brexit? They managed to convince the dumbest out there. I think they did, didn't they? Yeah, it worked, didn't it? And they got their Brexit. I just want my Brexit. Oh, a bunch of flipping. Oh. Curry, oh, can you get me grab me a beer? Curry, grab me a beer, Curry Library. He's off to the shops, he is. Me neither, buddy. Oh, Joel was saying. Okay, Chris Fisher, I get it. I just do not understand. Having worked every day of my life since I was 12, how common UK citizen, ordinary folk, even listen to people like Neanderthal. I know. Actually, I do. If you've frequented pubs in the UK, let's say for argument's sake, the Wetherspoons and what have you, and you listen to people talk, you think, oh my God, this is what people actually think on the streets. A bit like that, like that little this clip here that I showed you a minute ago. That one with the crazy person who thinks Donald Trump is like a tool for the God. It's mind numbing, isn't it? It's mind numbing, and it's We can rack our brains and again, why has this even possible? Has this actually happened? But there are no answers. You know what they say, there's no strangers, folk. There's real oddballs out there. It really is. It's sad, you know? Hat and rabbit, that's it. Rabbit out of the hat, says Count the Kev. Tories will do it, and they will somehow get the UK out of the European Convention of Human Rights, and everyone has to take that seriously. That if they do that, that's no other country. Because all other countries who are members are they're not saying they're going to give it up. You know, no, they're sticking with it. And I had comments on my videos recently, actually, about a week ago. People are so confused. They still think the ECHR is the European Union. It's bizarre. See, the level of ignorance out there. And also from people who you would consider as knowledgeable, clever, you know, relatively clever people. Same old thing in it, I suppose, you know. We all know a tomato is, well, a fruit, but you wouldn't put it in a fruit salad. It's just nuts. That thing's flipping nuts. I just wrap my brain, because I do this all the time, so I'm following this all the while. I'll cut down a bit, as you probably know, so I'm doing one video a day at the moment, and I'm trying to build my other channels. Which is a bit more positive. Just to balance my head, I suppose. But when you follow this every single day, it drains on you. It gets to you after a while. And you get to a point where you think, I don't know if I can do this. And you kind of like, oh, why am I doing it? Why am I doing what I'm doing? Then you sort of realise, hang on, I'm doing it because, you know, because obviously we've got people who enjoy it. And I like the fact there's people who enjoy what I do. And some people hate what I do. Well, I accept that as well, you know. It's just how it is. You got to get everyone happy, are you? But it does drain on you. It does drain on you. And I'm quite pleased I sat in these other channels. And although I'm having to split myself even more, but it does actually gives me respite. Because, you know, I got one there lost in France, which I'm trying to put enough. It's going to need a lot of content because it's all about living in France and stuff like that. And crazy stuff. It's like I've been out on the motorbike today, so I just had a whiz around. I had the camera on the bike, so I was going to do a fast forward and also through Rosh and Shua, just for a bit of fun, you know. So it's not just going to be stuff on that particular channel that is just about living in France, but also about enjoying France and that's what, if you know what I mean. And then I got my rewilding stuff. Obviously, we're doing our rewilding. We're starting very soon. Again, planting trees. The ground is starting to soften up a bit, which is good. And I fixed my post-hole borer, which is good. It was a bit smoky when I first started for the first time. But that'll clear. That'll be all right. So we'll whack the trees in the ground really quickly now, which is really, really pleased about. So, yeah, that was a pain last year, digging the hole. Well, Caroline actually was digging the holes by hand. Poor Caroline. But there you go. So, yeah, so that gives you a bit of respite. So, if you're somebody who don't follow it, what have you, and it's quite easy to go down the old that rabbit warren, isn't it, and just get blinded by all the stuff that's thrown at you with the headlines and the flipping Tory mail, the Daily Mail and the Tory Graph and the Sun. People just go in a trap. They get stuck there. GB News, and they don't break free from it. It's almost like they're caught in a net. Once they're there for a very long time, unfortunately. So one of the reasons I think we're a little bit doomed. We're doomed. Oh dear. Did you get Did you get my Did you get me my beer? Are you back yet? Mark's the biggest fan. Gifted 5 All Shorts memberships. Oh, cheers, buddy. Thank you. That's cool. So got some members, more new members. Nice one. David Lewis, Perry, Susan DeWitt. Hello there. And Matt and Vertigo. Oh, nice one. Cheers, that Mark's the biggest fan. Oh, do you know what I need? I need a cheers button. Not cheers, like a celebratory sound effect. In Scottish, maybe. I don't know. What would that be in Scottish? Huh? It'd be loud. Oh dear. Anyway, the first victim of the UK leaving the ECHR would be the end of UK nationals in every EU country. I'll tell you what ended up happening. The Train Corporation agreement would break apart because a lot of it's based upon the Good Friday Agreement. Also, it's based on the ECHR, which probably means that we'd lose our title to shore. Because that's based on the Train Corporation Agreement. So then we'd have to get a cart to the shore, which is, just got to go through all that script again. So, yeah, and we'd have less rights. One of the rights, for instance, if you've got under the Train Corporation Agreement, if, for instance, if my parents were still alive and I want to bring them over, let's say my missus' parents on their last legs, a bit wonky and all that, and they need some extra help, and we want to bring them over. With the Train Corporation Agreement, we can do that under our carte de jour. We can accept ascendants. But if you have an ordinary carte de jour, not the title de jour, which is not based on the Train Corporation Agreement, we wouldn't be able to bring over elderly parents. There's lots of little things like that, different rights that we'd lose, which obviously negotiated as part of the Trade and Corporation Agreement. When the English leave their human rights aside to booze asylum seekers, yes, they are also leaving their own right to human rights, waiving your own rights to abuse. Yes, it's dumb. How can I argue with that, Chris Fisher? It is dumb. They're so tempted to... Not tempted, they're so sucked in by the Rwanda. Yeah, a flight to Rwanda on the front page of the Telegraph. They're so sucked in by that vision that they'll sacrifice whatever they can to get it. There's no logic in that. That's just mental. If people who think that they've clearly got a screw loose, they must have. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. One of my favourite YouTubers has started out doing a ride and talk videos when he was in China. And, I know who you're talking about. You're talking about Sapenzia. Is that right? Have I got that right, Steve McGowan? Is it Sapenzia? Him and his mate. Well, he's left now. He's left China now. He's now in, I think he's in New York now. He's basically, he saw the other side and it wasn't quite so shiny as he first thought. Yeah, he would cover a topic while showing the sights, and it makes for great content. Is it the same guy, Sapenzia? Later on, he's basically doing it from a chair. And, China would have him if they could get hold of him now. But last time I saw him, he was sofa surfing. When the Nazis came to power in 1933, 90 years ago, they made Germany leave the League of Nations. Oh, that's a good point. First steps. Then write a book while you're at it. That's good. Yeah, Chris Fisher, true, Chris Fisher, what does he say? When the English leave... yes, this bang on, right. Done that already, because it is dumb. Chris Fisher is right. The man in the house says it's dumb to leave the ECHR, and I happen to agree, because if you do that, quite frankly, we're a whole bunch of that we are.
Kipper.
And Jenny Bottle, taking everyone's rights except the richest. Well, look what happened with Brexit. You know? The EU citizens lost the right to visit one country, or group of countries, a union of countries. The UK. The UK's lost the right to travel freely around at least 27 odd countries. The whole Schengen. It's just madness. Why would you do that? Vote against yourself, why don't you? To this day, I am absolutely bewildered and confuddled about it. I just don't understand why anybody would want to do that. Why? It makes no sense. Why would you vote against your own best interests? God. The level of hate must be pretty darn extreme, mustn't it? Hate of others, the other. FY. Visceral Miranda on the Arsenal shirt Starmer gave Macron. Did he? I don't know. Artie did it in Germany, yep. I think people in England still have not understood the real consequences of leaving with the Brexit. Well, they haven't finished yet, is it? Either. And it's going to take a while for a lot of the problems here now, but the amount of businesses that can't trade. I was listening to Keir Starmer, I think it was yesterday, or was it this morning, and he was talking about how difficult it is for business to be able to trade with the European Union. But I don't, for the life of me, see how he's going to negotiate what he's promising about, being outside the single market, the customs union and what have you, yet actually making it softer for the UK. It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand why the EU would ever do that and basically put a hole or a tear in the fundamentals of the European Union, the single market, the customs union. It makes no sense. Don't know why they do that. Now, I'll get back into chat in a minute, but recently there's been some developments actually regarding the automotive industry. Oh, not the automotive industry. Yes, I will get into the Labour bit in a minute, actually. I forgot. I've been blabbering. The automotive industry. In that, it looks like there could be some respite in regarding the rules of origin and the 10% tariffs. So it's going to kick in very soon because the rules of origin percentage of the vehicle is going to go up, and basically the largest component or expensive component of the car was going to force car manufacturers to apply a 10% tariff on exports. But it looks like it could get delayed. They're writing up at the moment, and it could get delayed. But they pretty much said it's going to happen. It's going to be delayed for another year. Don't mean it's not going to happen later, but maybe they're not ready for it themselves. Now, that's not just good news for the British car industry, what's left of it. Or British car industry. It's good news for Germany as well. So they're quite happy about it because this is what they wanted. I've made videos about this already. Now, it's quite surprising to hear this from Maros Sefcovic after what Terry Britton was saying about just over a week ago, literally last week, about how no, we will not change the rules just to satisfy the car industry, and now that looks like that's what's going to be happening. So that was been, I think that was yesterday. That was it was reported on yesterday. So we'll see. So that'll be good for the car industry in the United Kingdom. Still doomed, mine, but it'll be quite good for it. Back in the chat, then I'll do my Labour bit. Oh, I'm in Labour. Oh, there. Do. This is why they must. This must not happen. They must not ever happen. But it will. If they can, they'll do it. I don't actually think there is actually much support of it in Parliament, though. Would they just do it? Would they have to go to Parliament? You got to have a vote on that, haven't you? It really should be a referendum vote. Oh, not another one. No, I don't do referendums in the UK. People aren't bright enough. That definitely go through. They've got Brexit. Oh, just want my Brexit. Phil is a Labour zealot, says Mark's biggest fan. I have been actually. Some people have actually been telling me how Phil's been quite arrogant towards people regarding Labour. Don't get me wrong. I really hope Labour can actually sort things out. I really do. I've got my doubts. I think it's almost like an impossible task. I'm sure that I hope their heart is in the right place and they make the best effort that they can, because at least there will be some improvements on the way, and at least we'd be seen as maybe be taken a little bit more seriously. Because at the moment we're a laughingstock. We really are. If you see news sources from around the world and what have you, and what they're saying about us now, it's just embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. I'm not just talking about that conservative outlet, what's it called now? WEON, whatever they call themselves. Is WEON? I think it's WEON. Indian one. Still, after all these years, he doesn't have a clue what a single market is. No. You can't put a tear or a hole or a back door. A bit like what oh god, what's her name again? Whittaker, CEO of Signal, the WhatsApp app type company, and they've said we can't put a back door in, because you put a back door in for the government, you'll be putting a back door in for everybody. So, you know, for it being a encrypted service, they can't do that. This is the same thing with the single market. You can't put a hole in that. Now, that you could argue, if you want your Scottish independence, like what the hell are they going to do with that border? We've seen the problems we had with Northern Ireland. Can you imagine it? Hadrian Wall's in the wrong place. That's not going to work, is it? No, besides, there's a tree busted up at the moment. Yeah, apparently the sycamore tree has damaged Hadrian's Wall, apparently. They're going to have to demolish the whole thing. No, I'm joking. My sister visited Leeds today, and for the first time in ages, she mentioned that Europeans appear to be replaced by many Chinese, Hong Kong immigrants. Probably Hong Kong. I won't be surprised. Don't bother me. That's what you know bother me. I don't care what colour your skin. I'm more interested about who you are, not what you are. You know what I mean? Who are you as a person? You know, is your heart in the right place? That's what I'm interested in. That's my feeling, anyway. I don't like horrible people. Sorry. Just don't. I don't like people who'd be happy to do harm to others, unless they're Brexiters. Oh. Phil's always been after Labour chart. Yeah, but the thing is, Phil, he's down that old rabbit warren, and he with Labour and what have you. You know, and it's like this whole Labour social thing. Graham did ask me the other day, actually, again, if I want to go on the Labour social, but he always asks me on a Friday evening, and I'm not going to do that. Not with with Gunner Collab, because Max is on the Friday evening, and I'm not going to do that. No. So I usually answer his messages a bit late. I worked in Leeds a few weeks ago, says Marx's biggest fan, and stayed at the Britannia Hotel. Admittedly, it seemed like the more well-off end of Leeds. Well, I won't be getting a train. No HS2 for you. I trust more my lawyer than someone who needs one. That's good. Yeah, I like that. That's good. I trust more my lawyer than someone who needs one. Dun-dun-dun. Mel Gibson to patrol the Scottish border. Freedom! Have a bit of Braveheart in there, shall we? Chuck a bit of Braveheart in there. Yeah. Mel Gibson, he's a bit of a racist, isn't he? I think he is. It's... Oh, no, it's just jumped up. It's jumped up. Oh, Chris Fisher. Oh, it's Scotland, I bet. It's completely different border, Marcus. If they don't want to buy, i.e. England, the Scots to sell abroad, this choice would more harm England, although I don't think they care. Ideology before says that's very true. Yeah, but what about all the Scotch whiskey? I'll tell you what you end up doing. Because there'll be taxation, won't there, between Scotland, let's get a free trade deal between Scotland and England. And you'll be doing what they do between, Ukraine and Russia regarding getting their vodka across. Yeah. How long was it? A mile of pipe, like hose pipe, was put under the ground, past the over the border, or under the border because it's underground, and then they're filling bottles up. I'd have thought it'd be blooming cheap over there anyway. I'm more interested in how nice you are rather than your bank balances. Yeah. Yeah, what? Yeah. Oh, can you imagine that? If Scotland get their independence, obviously the Scottish people go, oh, wow, we got it. All the hard work, it's paid off, it has. It's going to be hell. It's going to be... Yeah, you think the EU negotiations took a few years? Can you imagine it? It'll never end. It'll go on forever. Oh. MAGA, my ass. Got arrested again. Let's go on down. Mel Gibson to patrol synagogues. I stayed in the Marriott in Leeds, or the Marriott Hotel, the Marriott chain, huge chain of hotels. Took the Tories again. To the Marriott hotels. Well, where are we? God, that's jumped up again. Oh, crikey, where'd it go? Lost it now. Lost it. Oh dear, I'll find it in a minute. Mellow, hello, Mellow. Hadn't seen you for a while, my friend. I hope you're well. Of course, UK, people sometimes act dumb, get brainwashed easily, all got conned by Alexander Boris Bethel Johnson, who happened to be that he is. Kipper. And by Boris John. Oh, and Nigel Farage. I ain't got Nigel Farage. Have I got Nigel Farage one?
Kipper.
Where's my Kipper's gone? Is that Kipperin?
Kipper.
Oh, it is. My sound's down. Well, anyway, yeah. Nigel Farage, Michael Gove, Rees-Mogg, even called Donald Trump to fix Brexit with the Russians. God's sake. Al Smith, hi all. Hello, mate. Oh, well, hope you're well there. Oh, since we're bitching about Phil, I used to watch on my old account before he had 110. Oh, crikey. 10. I used to watch Phil all the time. And then it's just started getting a little bit much. And he was a lot more laid. He was. He used to be a lot more laid back, Phil did. Yeah, he originally had a gaming channel years ago. And he's a lot more laid back. And he changed when he went pro and noticed Labour. Right. Yeah. Noticed Labour, right, had more cash. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, really. I used to watch Phil all the time. I still watch Max occasionally, but I'm trying to keep my head a bit clearer at the moment. It can be a bit much. So, Casper says, I haven't watched Phil in ages. He isn't always as accurate as he thinks he is. Unfortunately, Phil's gone a little bit arrogant. I think so, anyway. I've had a couple of run-ins with him in the past, on Twitter, and also behind the scenes of Max's show, and it wasn't that pleasant. Anyway, Alistair Kerr says Mark's comment in a travel area would only make it a trade border. Yeah. It'll be funny, but well, we're going to have red and green lanes. Will that work? Are we going to be having... Are you going to have to mark it for EU only? No? That's not going too well in Northern Ireland, by the way. Mel Gibson, scroll down. Scottish borders, obviously Hadrian's Wall, as the knuckle draggers keep telling us. I know. It's stupid. Hey, when we sell abroad and make the money ourselves, yes, and if the English don't want to buy, it's fine, and don't think England buys the most of the Scotch whisky. That was a huge business, isn't it? Actually, until I was looking at the economy, was it last week I was talking about it? Last week, week before? I didn't realise how big the Scotch whisky industry is. It's huge. We're talking about billions. It's a massive industry. Gin is better than vodka. Well, at least you can put tonic with it. Chris Fisher says, Phil's arrogant in his own views. He is well researched, which he is, and he researches his own bias. Yeah, he's got Phil's bias. Anyway, let's I'll come back into the chat in a mo. But poor old Phil and his baggy jumpers. Alright, where was I? Right, okay. Wes Streeting was being interviewed this morning by Trevor Phillips on Sky News. I was watching it this morning. I thought Wes Streeting was actually really good. I can't give his news. That was quite funny. Anyway, let's share that with you. Do Twitter one. That's the right one. Oh, there he is. There's Wes Streeting catching flies. There he is. Ain't I awful?
I'm very proud of the fact that the Labour Party is appealing to the country rather than repelling people. And my goodness, that change couldn't have come at a better time, really. When you look at the cranks, the crackpots and the conspiracy theorists that have taken over the Conservative Party, when you've got cabinet ministers, notionally serious cabinet ministers like Mark Harper on your programme this morning, peddling conspiracy theories as if he's been doom-scrolling TikTok, trying to find the most
I will ask him about
bonkers things to say from the conference platform. What are these people doing? And how on earth does this address the biggest crises in our country, the cost of living crisis, the NHS crisis? And here's the kicker for Rishi Sunak. He can't be the change the country needs because his government, as 13 years, has been part of the problem.
Not part of
Only
the
Labour
problem.
can give Britain its future back, and that's the case we're making here in Liverpool this week.
Wes Streeting, we'll see how Mark Harper reacts to being described as a bit bonkers.
Well, tell him he should apologise and tell him to get his act together and start behaving like a serious government with the little time they've got left.
Wes Streeting.
I'm very proud of the fact that the Labour...
I absolutely loved that. Cranks, crackpots and conspiracy theorists. That just sums it up, doesn't it? It really does. So, yeah. But did, Trevor Phillips query Mark Harper? No, he didn't. I thought that was a little bit shocking, if you ask me. I thought I had the video up here, but I didn't. I had photos, but I tried to click on it, and there's nothing on there. Let's go and find that for you. So it's Trevor Phillips. Yeah, it was being interviewed by Trevor Phillips, Mark Harper, and he didn't ask him. And from what I could see, it was very much like Mark Harper could basically say whatever he flipped or like, and Trevor Phillips was allowing him. But during the interview between Trevor Phillips and Wes Streeting, the bulk of the interview, it was constant interruption. Didn't let him get a word in edgeways. It did, but it was kind of, it had to be forced. So Mark Harper. Not Mark's Harper. Oh God. There you go. Where is it? Well, that weren't very... Now it's not coming up. Oh, that's why. Scroll down. Harper. I was in the wrong section. Have you noticed today and yesterday, and ever since Hamas invaded Israel, I know there's controversy in this, but Twitter has been allowing photographs of dead bodies on Twitter. You know, people trundling about with scooters, what have you, with a dead body on the back. Well, the last time this kind of happened, Israel was paying huge amounts of money to repatriate dead bodies, dead soldiers and what have you, back to Israel. Millions and millions. But why is it now okay? It didn't used to be to allow that kind of those kind of tweets. Yeah, not X's or whatever you like to call them these days. Why is that okay? Before it'd be a case of it be seen as being inciting violence. I don't see how the European Union's going to respond favourably with this regarding allowing the platform to run in the EU when Elon Musk is allowing that kind of material to be publicised. I'm not going to show it on here because it's flipping gruesome. There we go. What's it say? Yes, I got it. I found it. There we go. That's Mark Harper. He's the Transport Secretary for the United Kingdom, and he was being interviewed by Trevor Phillips. And
I would urge
it was ridiculous.
everyone to do what we've done, which is to put the national interest first, make the decision that we have. We think that's the right decision for the future, and we look forward to campaigning on that in the general election, to winning that election and delivering on those commitments.
Well, let's not forget. Let's
test your...
HS2, that video message by Richie Sunak, our tiny Prime Minister, was recorded 2 days before the announcement. Yeah, he actually said that there was nothing to talk about yet, basically, and then they did. They're just lying to us.
Your claim to clarity here. You've launched this idea of a new network north that's supposed to soak up this 36 billion quid that you've freed. If I can just ask you very quickly for some yeses and nos on some things. Is the Bradford station going to be built?
Yes, it is. We were very clear about the promise for Bradford, £2 billion for the station, the line. I was in Bradford last Thursday with the leader of the council, the Labour leader of the council, the West Yorkshire mayor, and they welcomed our commitment to that investment in Bradford.
All right, that is admirably clear. Let me ask you about another one. The Leamside line, which your roads minister, you said last week was going to happen. Your roads minister said since you're just looking into it. Who's right?
Well, what we're doing is we're going to develop the business case for that, but we've made a big commitment to the North East elected mayor, a significant amount of money, I think £1.8 billion, and it'll be for them to decide how they spend that money, and they obviously have Leamside line as one of their priorities, and the incumbent in that position set that out last week.
Okay, that's an amber on that one. And let me ask a third one. Is the Euston Station development going to be built even if there is no private money?
No, we've been very clear. We want to get Euston built. We're going to take away the delivery of the station from HS2 Limited. We think it's much better if we have a more ambitious development plan for Euston, have a development corporation to build thousands more houses, more business development, and also private investment.
And are you guaranteeing it's going to be built?
That's what we want to deliver. Well, look, we think we've got...
but are you guaranteeing it's going to be built?
We've just had... Well, look, we've just demonstrated with the development of Battersea and Nine Elms. We got £9 billion of private investment into that scheme, including to develop the extension to the Northern Line underground. We think that's the right model to save the taxpayer money and deliver quality public infrastructure.
Okay, good. But you can see why I'm a bit bothered about clarity here. You're very clear on your first answer, but your second answer, Leamside, is depends on what Tracy Babin thinks, and your third answer is, well, we've done something like this before, so maybe we'll... You can see why people are a bit anxious about it. You announced that there'd be a Manchester Metro extension, which, by the way, had already been built. You announced contactless ticketing.
On that,
already announced in 2021. The point I'm really making here
on the Manchester Airport, the Manchester Airport extension is an extension. It already goes to one terminal. It's now going to go to the next terminal. So that's actually a new project.
Okay, so it's an add-on. It's an add-on. But you see what I'm saying here? That on all of these things,
glamorization, isn't it? It's like make it look much bigger, sound much bigger than what it really is. Oh, look, that's a great new project we're doing. We're spending all this money.
There's a level of ambiguity.
You ain't kidding.
You want from your opponents, but you're not necessarily delivering yourself.
No, I don't think there's anything ambiguous at all. We've taken every penny of the savings from HS2, £36 billion, and we've set out how they're going to be spent in the parts of the country where HS2 is going to be spent. So most of it, 2/3 going to the north, £10 billion going to the Midlands, and the savings from getting private investment into Euston elsewhere in the country. I think that's very clear and happy to be judged on it.
You won't be judged because you won't be there.
I would urge everyone.
At no point during this interview did Trevor Phillips ask him about was that crackpots and cronies or whatever. And this geezer happens to be a bit of a conspiracy theorist. It's painful to see. Lefty Boater, hello there. Tram extension to the MCR airport was in that network north a shite. It's been in operation since 2014. Oh, God. My Saifu used to tell me these people that talk a lot and say nothing are paper... Oh, paper tiger, I like that. And his mum was from my core. Macau. Tories are salting the ground before Labour government. Yeah, I tell you what they're doing is they're going to sell off all this flipped land that's been allocated. You know, all these properties. One of the properties was sold just the week before. So all these compulsory purchase orders, and now they're going to sell them off. So huge losses because they've overpaid for it. Even oh my God, give you a clue.
Kipper.
I'll give you another one.
Let's get Brexit done.
Yeah, his father, the sex offender, you know, the one who's Caroline Noakes' bottom was. What a nice seat you got there while slapping it. Stanley Johnson. He made $1.5 billion out of these compulsory purchase order on his house. $1.5 million extra from the value of the property. Nuts. Nobody says anything. No one does anything. Now, when you consider what goes on in France, for instance, they reckon it costs 1/10 per kilometre of railway line here in France than it does in the UK. You could argue we've got more rural land, which has a lot less value, and property prices here are much lower as well. So there's that too. But they're not going to offer you 2, 3, or maybe 4 times even the value of your property on a compulsory purchase order. They'll say, "There you go, like it or lump it." So, salt in the earth, yes. Waffle, 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 waffle. It is. I can't talk. I waffle sometimes. Oh, top smoke. Well, what about Bojo's ex-wife being Starmer's new sexual harassment advisor? That happens to be true. There you go. You took the words right out of my mouth. Do you see how I had it at my fingertips? You see? It's like magic. Oh, it is. Yeah. Marina Wheeler, who happens to be Alexander Boris de Pfeffel Johnson's ex-wife. The one who had cancer, and then he left her. Lovely man, isn't he? Yeah. He's total. That he is.
Kipper.
That's a bit slow. That's a bit delayed. Anyway, so Marina Wheeler, Boris Johnson's ex-wife, to be the Labour whistle-blowing czar. And a barrister, that she is, to be... David Lammy's a barrister as well, isn't he? Anyway, yeah, sorry, sidetrack there. To be asked with strengthening rights to safeguard women who report workplace harassment. I wonder if she was getting harassed by the Alexander Boris de Pfeffel Johnson, blonde Boris mutant variant. Well, leading barrister, an ex-wife of Boris Johnson, is set to be appointed as Labour's new whistleblowing czar, offering advice on proposed protections for women against workplace harassment. Now, when I used to work at the workplace, as in on building sites, we did have some women who used to work on building sites. Sometimes it would be in the offices and stuff like that, for Wilcon Homes and places like that. But can you imagine a whole load of mainly men, 99% men, sort of male-dominated workforce, and could you imagine the grief some of these girls were getting in the office? And it was uncomfortable, to say the least. But also, it was not... No one really thought much... Nothing was really said. Nothing was done or said, and it was like, oh, it's just, it's just banter. It's not for the person who's on the receiving end, is it? No. So Marina Wheeler, KC, will... I tell you what, let's make it a bit bigger. Let's do that. Oh, that's good, bigger. Oh, there you are, that's bigger now. Now when they're all... Oh, no, that's no good. Oh, that way. There you go. So Marina Wheeler, KC, will help the party with its plans to strengthen employment rights to safeguard women from abuse of colleagues, The Independent has reported. Oh, well, Wheeler is the second high-profile woman from outside party politics to join Keir Starmer's team. And former civil servant Sue Gray, who's report into the lockdown busting parties in Downing Street during Johnson's tenure. They're making their programme, aren't they? Yeah, there'll be a programme called Partygate. It's going to be interesting. No, Downing Street. During Johnson's tenure, contributed to his downfall and is now Labour's chief of staff. That's so great, that is. Well, the party reportedly plans to give women subjected to harassment at work a whistleblower status to encourage them to come forward with complaints without fear of being penalised for speaking out. We could have done with that in the BBC. Not necessarily just for women, but for little boys and or young men. Not big boys, wouldn't be in the workplace. Young men in the workplace. Well, Jimmy Savile, didn't we? Gary Glitter. Anyway, forward with complaints without fear of being penalised for speaking out. Not before time. So Labour would also seek to give common law wives who live with their partners the same rights, including over property, as married women should their relationship end. So, that's interesting. If you don't know what common law is, basically means if you've been living with someone over 6 months as a couple, they should be protected under common law. As it stands in the UK, it isn't that powerful. It has some standing, but it's not that powerful. So, yeah, so who live with their partners in the same rights, including over property, as married women should their relationship end. When you consider so many people don't get married these days, I think this is very important. I really do. Unless I'm on the receiving end, I might have something else, something different to say. I could be a bias. Yeah. Anyway, so so Wheeler, who is an expert in employment law, would advise the party on its proposed reforms. This is actually a really good appointment. But it just seems hilarious. And it's Alexander Boris to Fethel Johnson's ex-missus. Oh, there you go. Now, she told the newspaper it would be a privilege to help protect Labour, protect women from abusive colleagues, saying women in the workplace too often suffer sexual harassment and assault, and they pay a heavy price for speaking out. I was quite often working on the work site between 1995 to about 2008, about that, 2007, 2008, and it was dire. I have to admit, it was pretty dire. You know, yeah, a minute didn't go by when some sort of wolf whistle or something like that aimed at young girls, what have you, to be honest, underage as well, walking past sight, what have you. It's just ridiculous. Oh, I think, oh crikey, oh, I've got daughters that age, and half of them people did as well. You think, crikey, would you want your children to be objectified like that? Yeah, really? You doing it? And some people say it's just banter or what have you, which I can see that to a certain degree, but it's just not acceptable, is it? It really isn't. Even then, it wasn't acceptable. Anyway, knowing this and to keep their jobs, they suffer in silence because they're frightened to speak out. And that's true. There isn't just this sort of thing either. There's other stuff as well. You know, there are people in the workplace and they feel trapped. They can't say anything. They don't want to keep the job and they don't cause a ruckus. So, and quite often these people are the ones who are a bit, how to put it, a bit too touchy-feely, are quite often the loudest people. I don't think they can get away with it anymore. I really don't. I think this is a good thing. So the Shadow Attorney General, Emily Thornberry, who also was almost sexually abused by Jeremy Corbyn at the time of the vote coming in, you know. Did you see that? That was so funny. He almost smacked her boobie. Yeah, by accident. Yeah. Now, that's actually the least spoken about Jeremy Corbyn at the moment, especially what I heard him saying about Israel and Pakistan earlier today. I was not that impressed. So the Shadow Attorney General, Emily Thornberry, yep, that's it. So she will tell delegates that is the difference between a Tory government that pretends to care about women's rights and a Labour party that will deliver them. So I think that's a really good appointment. And also, what a poke in the eye for the Tories. I think that's brilliant. I like that. I do. Thanks for bringing that up because I can't remember what it was now. Yeah, Top Smoke. It is a Top Smoke. So anyway, there you go. Back in the chat. If a politician... Where are we? Where are we? Well, what have I missed? What have I missed? What have I missed? Oh my God. I bet Caroline went around, bought the boys, slapping their backsides. Caroline Noakes, or my Caroline. I remember wolf whistling being banned on building sites. Yeah, it still happened though. Now, when I was on the old building sites, I wasn't employed by them. I was a sub. Well, my company was working for Wilcon Homes and subcontractors of Wilcon Homes as well. And also, what was there? Was it Bovis? Can't remember now. It was Bovis. Anyway, yeah, years ago. And it regularly went on, and the atmosphere. It was a fun atmosphere. It was just constant banter, but I think sometimes it just went too far. You know, and when you got kids coming past, going to arriving or going home from school, and you hear all this, and you think to yourself, "Oh my God, this isn't right, is it?" No. Why you think so? Why are you doing that? It's a bit worrying. Her decisions are tainted and obviously wrong. She married Bozo, fuck's sake. Says Mark's the biggest fan. Maybe. She'll do anything to undermine Alexander Boris Threffel Johnson. Does he actually get to see his kids? I don't know. I really like Harwick Alistar. Or Harwick Alistar. They used to be a huge bridge crossing the town to head to Carlisle, long pulled down, old woolen mills and factories like Pringles socks. I haven't got a clue what you're talking about there. I really haven't. Sorry. I wonder when Carrie will work out it's not normal for your boss to ask him for blowies. Are you talking about Princess Nutnuts? I think so. Yeah, probably. Oh, thanks for that, Al Smith. I think sometimes I ought to read them before I actually say them, don't I? Oh, Counter Kev. I saw a comment from someone today. He seemed to know his stuff about the CPO. And he said that Tories would have to offer first refusal to original owners, compulsory purchase orders, that is, and compulsory purchase order rules could assist Labour buying it back. Oh, that's interesting. So under the rules, they first have to offer it back to the people that we bought it off. But at what price? Because they obviously paid over, haven't they, over the odds for it. That's taxpayers' money just being, like I said about Boris's dad, Stanley Johnson, receiving an extra 1.5 million, and it's just go on, just like that. Give that. Yeah. Oh, the Starmerites are saying Starmer is trolling the Tories. How very woke of them. Oh. I just hope you can pull it off. I really do, but I've got my doubts. I really have got my doubts. The class system is rooted in the Normans taking England over. Oh, yeah. We're going back a bit now, aren't we? A lot of water under the bridge since then, Chris. Who remember Network Rail is run by Westminster, as in Westminster, private company, not a Scottish government. Fair point. That's the thing. It's really difficult sometimes. When I make my... I'll just make sure I've got no fruit flies. I've got fruit flies again. When I'm doing my videos and that, I do understand that Scotland, right, has control of its own healthcare, has free prescriptions, free education, free this, free that. It's also provided most of the energy, but paying more than anyone else. I get all that. I do understand that. But what am I supposed to say? Am I supposed to say England, Wales, Scotland? It gets a bit of a mouthful. It's just easy to say UK. And my videos end up being too long. I'll have to add another minute. But I do get it, because sometimes people mention in the comments, Scotland did this, Scotland did that, which I get that, I understand 100%, and I'm happy for you to point it out, but I do understand. And also, it must feel blooming awful sometimes when you feel that you end up being at the brunt of it, the Scottish people being at the receiving end of things that really that wasn't their doing. So, yeah, But they're going to say that about people who didn't vote for Brexit. It's not our doing. We didn't vote for this lot. No. Crikey, I hope not anyway. I know I didn't. I'll end up timed out again, but I'll say it again. The English have not stood up since 1066, where they lost their country and have suffered the rule of those foreigners ever since. Oh, the bitty foreigners. I do agree that many of the British people have not fought against what has been, well, against this tyranny. Mainly after the last, well, I would say mainly since these Tories been in. It's just, you know, you could argue even under Labour there were some parts of, yeah, that were pretty bloody blinking dire. But this lot, oh my goody aunt, they're just unreal. They've got Lee Anderson as the Tory party chair. That says it all, doesn't it? You know? There we go. Scrolling down. King Harold was Norse foreigner too. Or was he? Scots are remarkably good at maths, and them and us Welsh topped the maths results in the RAF training. I didn't know that. Got fruit flies again. I think that people everywhere are sensible and they want the right. They want a fadra. When a people are oppressed, they have no political means to get forced into radicalism. What's the phrase for that? When people become, well, like lemons, you know. Serfs, I think the word serfs. And you become impressed and you don't feel that you can actually break free from it. You do feel it at myself sometimes, you know, what can you do? If you're lost, what, you know, I can shout down this microphone. That I can. But, you know, will it make any blooming difference? Probably not. You know, it's painful. Maybe as the many, not just as individuals, maybe we can make a difference. But I've got my doubts. Especially that Keir Starmer's made it quite clear he isn't going to revert some of the bills that have already gone through, which is very saddening, such as the protest bill, for instance, part of our, you know, part of democracy, the right to protest. We've got people inside for 7 years for protesting. Yet we've got people who've committed manslaughter who've actually got less time, or been out in less time. Doesn't make any sense. Scroll down. Don't know if you still live in the Borders. The old Borders College in Melrose has been lying empty since 2009. Loads of places have been lying empty. Loot and plunder. Oh, that's what we do. I'm glad you didn't say rape and pillage. I'm glad you didn't say that, FY. Then we'll have to get them out, then, Marcus, and vote Labour. I know I've got a choice to vote, but vote Labour. I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about Labour. I'm not going to deny it. I think what I've heard that's been said is very disappointing. There's some good stuff as well, obviously. Of course there is. And I've got no doubt in my mind that Labour is going to do a darn sight better job than the Tories. I've got no doubt. What choice have we got? You know? Like I said, I'd vote Green, but I can't vote Green because of Broadland. Doesn't make any sense to vote Green. Proportional representation, please. And some UBI. Now, Lee Anderson's trying to look clever, but look into his eyes. He's miles away and lost. He's probably on drugs or something. That man is awful. It saddens me to think how horrible people can actually be. And yet he's got a lot of support. Scotland and Wales, Ireland is already a member. You get your way back in that way. For Northern Ireland, reunification. Stabbing as well as stabbing. I campaign with the SSP, Scottish Socialist Party, and will continue till I'm physically able to do so. Solidarity, says Grant Sloan. The thing is, you've got to do what also suits you in here as well, haven't you? Regarding voting, for me, voting Labour, I don't feel at ease with it. No, it's not wrong. I do feel at ease with it because I know I have to do that. I've got no choice. So I'm at ease with it. But obviously, I would rather vote for what I really believe in. And as somebody who believes in the environment, although that I have to admit, they do have some more conscious environmental policies. And I don't know if you know Lance, the guy who's funding Extinction Rebellion. Or no, not just Stop Oil. He's pulled away from them now. Oh, Lance. I forgot his name. The eco-energy geezer. Not Lance Foreman. Foreman Grill. Starmer can promise whatever he wants, and he, says Joel, and have to deal with a 3 times the production of wealth of the country pawned in debt. And that's if the Tories are not borrowing more under the table. Yeah, do we actually really know what the actual national debt is? Do we really know how bad it really is? Because there's more than one way to borrow money. If you're talking about guilds and stuff like that. Also, promises that have been made may still need to be made even under Labour, and that's effectively a debt. Lancer Boyle. No, not Lancer Boyle. Lancer Boyle. Grant Sloan, well said, and the same till the Indy happies, Grant Sloan said. I said that already, didn't I? I said what Grant Sloan said. Mellow, all shorts. GB News needs a gag order, just like Donald Trump. GB News is a major problem. I can't, for the life of me, believe that they're still operating because of things that come out of their mouths. It's just like this Twitter lag as well, you know, with Elon Musk allowing all that, well, violent imagery on his and videos on his platform of dead people, literally dead people being carted about, not just on scooters and motor trucks and all. It's like they're some kind of trophy. Oh, look at who I killed. You know, no matter what side you're on, that's just immoral. I'm sure you hope not, but if Pete or Jim Toy, Chris Fisher, so are you going to start stabbing people or running them over to get your way? And Chris Fisher says, no, I surely hope not, but if people are denied self-determination, where does it lead? Abuse makes walls not standing up. Some people could argue that's what's going on between Palestine, Gaza and Israel. You know, the Palestinian people say that it's Israeli. I don't know much about it, to be honest. Israeli occupation. UK debt. Cheers, Peter. The UK debt first quarter 2023 is 2,537 billion. And that's 100% of GDP. Has that come down a little bit? Oh, that's debt, not yeah. Okay, that's 100% of GDP. Blimey. So GDP, we were at 2.7 at one point on GDP. 2.7 trillion. That's clearly, they went down, obviously, probably during the pandemic, and it hasn't crept back fully, has it? So 2 trillion, 2.5 trillion. When it was at more reasonable levels before the pandemic and before Brexit and what have you, we were looking at around, including the pension fund, around £80,000 per person in national debt. Basically, it was everybody, every person in the UK owed £80,000. So if you're a couple, that's £160,000. And that was back then. What the hell is it now? So if you don't stand up, you are complicit. Yeah. not everyone's capable. I think people are tired. I think there are people worn out. The people I speak to, they're just epileptic about it, or they just they don't know what to do. They're lost. You know, lefty boat. You follow all this. I follow this, and many people here follow all what's going on. And it's okay for us to criticise those who don't follow. They don't follow because their lives are consumed with other stuff. I didn't used to follow politics at all. I really didn't. It's really, well, since the Tories been in, I started taking interest, especially in 2015, because obviously the Brexit went up to Brexit, what have you. I thought, what the hell's going on now? And people just working hard to try and just keep a roof over their heads. You know, and it was like, oh, politicians are liars. But they're not. Many of them are, obviously, but I don't know. It's hard, I think, and I think it's hard for people to be able to get their head around it all as well. And not everyone's wired that way. You know, the people we had in Big Brother and what have you didn't know where Norfolk was, or you know. What was it? I think she's dead now. I've got a name now. Yeah, she died. She got cancer, poor girl. A plaque at Carter Bar. I could translate it, and it was Old Welsh, Strathclyde version, very similar. Okay, I didn't know what that's about. Remember rail travel in England? You subsidise rail travel in the EU. I know that's who was saying that earlier today. Who was? Oh, that was the Unite Union boss. Can't remember her name, but she's quite formidable. You know, basically she looks after the union for the nurses and the doctors and stuff like that. Anyway, or nurses. And she was going on about privatisation, obviously because of the NHS and what have you. And she made a statement, says, we seem to be happy with, the Tories are happy with privatisation as long as it's owned by a foreign country. By other countries. And she's referring to like EDF, what have you, because so the EDF, our prices here regarding our electric here in France is helped. Well, the price is helped lower. It's kept lower or helped by the UK. Keep our electricity prices lower. But in France, much of the stuff in France is state owned. The part of Renault is, what have you as well. You know? EDF, obviously, is that 100% owned. You know, broadcasters, telephone networks, all sorts of stuff, still state owned. Now, if it's working over here, why the hell wouldn't it work in the UK? Of course it would. Now we've got, I think this is one of the impossible dreams, I think, regarding nationalisation. I think that's something that Keir Starmer can't really do. Not at this stage, anyway. Because it has to be paid for. And the amount of infrastructure spending. I'll tell you what, let's force the privatised companies to invest and then take it back. After all, they've been creaming the flipping cream ever since they've had it. Like, for instance, what's been going on with the water authorities and the fact they've been creaming off for far too long, paying all the dividends out and what have you, and not investing in infrastructure. 70-odd billion just in since they've been in. But since it's been privatised, I think it's 70 billion in share payments, dividend payments. Since it was privatised. What if that all went into the infrastructure? It's unearned money. It's unearned money. That's what it is. Share money is unearned money. There shouldn't be any shares in a water authority. It should be publicly owned, just like it's in Scotland. Actually, is it publicly owned in Wales as well? I think it is, isn't it? Who's Ebediah Thomas? Is it in Wales? Fine them to hell and back, please. Yes, that's what they need. Some numbers exclude the Bank of England. Oh God, that's scary. We think our debt used to be secured on gold. Gold, yeah, just want my gold, but not anymore. No. Gordon Brown didn't help, did he? He got rid of all the flipping the pension fund. Start ignoring. Oh, don't do it. Find them a hell and back. Okay. Welcome to Brexit. Welcome to the Brexit, sir. I not see any waffle shops, and they all closed. Brexit has ruined them. Well, Brexit's ruined many shops. Brexit has affected industries here because we can't export or import into the UK like we used to. You know, and many companies here say it's not worth the candle. Literally, it's like too much like hard work. Stop that money flow to Westshire. We're not in power, that's the problem. Welsh War is private. Chess Kool-Aid. Yeah, I thought it was. I knew Scotland. Scotland is, so. And yet they always get criticised. Wales get criticised. Scotland's constantly getting criticised. Ridiculous. Just looking for whatever they can, any ammunition they can get to, well, just to justify their own stupidity, I suppose. An Englishman's home is his castle, and highest jail. Yeah, it must feel like that. I'm glad I escaped. No freedom to roam. Ooh, hasn't something happened recently? Was that in Scotland, Chris? About like a right to roam? And they're going through the something that I'm sure I read something about that, about right to roam. Now, here in France, there is right to roam here, for instance, to some degree. Like, for instance, every Frenchman has allowed access to rivers and lakes, so they can fish for food. And that's since the, off with their heads! The Bastille, on the Bastille Day, or at the Bastille. You know, the French Revolution. The excuse is a booze. The excuse is a booze about the hoose. What more do you want? Oh, Jim Toy. What did he say? Chris Fisher, because you are making excuses for weaker extremists. Are you talking about the Uyghur Muslims? The ones in China that have the hair cut off? Hair, as in, like, sold for putting your bread. Right to roam. Cheers, Chris. Hello, Ben Rillings. Even all to you too, my friend. I hope you're well. Wild camping and right to roam in D-Marks. Oh, do you know what? I love wild camping. Maybe someone's doing that from here to Barcelona. I've told the story before. From here to Barcelona, we were wild camping the occasional bed and breakfast just so we can stop smelling and get have decent breakfast. But wild camp just literally just stop on the side of the road in the field. Someone hoping the tractor could come and run us down. Yeah, so that was quite good times that was. I'm thinking about doing it. Get on the motorbike, doing some wild camping with the motorbike. So I think it'd be pretty cool. I love wild camping. I love that stuff. Just sitting there, thonking yourself wherever you can find, where you got nice food, what have you, and just doing your thing. Not causing any trouble. Make sure you don't cause any damage, obviously. Don't leave any rubbish laying about, or or pit fires or anything like that. And just do your thing. Just chill. Just nice. Just to think, Just sit there and think. It's kind of like my little shack sometimes. I just sit out there and I just think about stuff. I might have a little bit of scrolling and see what's going on. I thought, I might do a video about that. And, or I might just all of a sudden think of something. Like, for instance, me and Mrs. was talking about my brother-in-law yesterday regarding him trying to beat his lover. His lover in the United States, and it was all going tits up for him. And so I thought, I don't make a video about it, so I just sort of winged it. I just found it funny. Only because I don't like the bugger. He's an awful piece of work. How about wild dogging? Oh my God! Do I expect anything else from Jasper Edwards? How about wild dogging? Now, when I used to live in Salos, years ago now, because I haven't lived there ever since I've been in France, and there was a lay-by. There was a dog and lay-by, and sometimes me and the missus would go to the pub and get a few crisps and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just even nibbles. And you go past this lay-by. The lay-by is set back from the road behind the trees. And you can see all the lights on and stuff. Oh, God, it's pretty skin crawl. Whatever tickles your fancy, I suppose. Well, how very Frankie Edwards. Very Frankie Howard of it. Responding to Joe. Jasper, sorry. Sewage Thames, yes. We do have a bit of a serious problem in the Thames. There's turds everywhere. And a popular musician of his time is not very happy. In fact, he got really ill, actually. Yeah, Fergal Sharkey. If it is not a defence, China has expanded into the steppe when it's not their lands. Oh, you're talking about the islands and what have you. They've been in the South China Sea, is it? They've been overstepping the mark there. I don't normally do about things like that, so you can sort of like spread yourself a bit thin, can't you? It depends on what you're fishing for. Manure, most definitely. Oh, there we go. Right to Rome and Sturgeon's camper van. Oh, that's a bit below the belt, that is. We don't know what's happening there. Has she actually been charged? No. Tories like to keep bringing it up there, don't they? Regarding Sturgeon, so feels like a bit of a witch hunt to me. Might be wrong. We'll see what happens, but we'll see. We'll see. Right. I'm forgetting what I'm supposed to be doing. I do that every time, don't I? I absolutely forget. Right. So okay, we've got this with the next one with Mark Harper as well. There he is. Spouting the tribe.
Or the West Midlands.
Let me ask you about Manchester.
The point is, significant amounts of money are now available with the cancellation of HS2 to give that money to elected mayors in all parts of the country, whether it's the North East, Manchester, or the West Midlands, for them to spend on the priorities they determine are important for the people they represent. That's much better than it all being decided by the government at Westminster.
But if that is the point, then why do you release a document saying the Leamside line, closed in 1964, will also be reopened? Why release a document saying Bristol's going to get a new mass transit system?
Because we gave some examples. We gave some examples to people about the sorts of things, and we know these things are priorities locally. The sorts of things that money could be spent on to bring it to life for people. And we know those are local priorities.
OK, they weren't examples. I've got the original document. It's right here. I'm sorry to keep repeating the same point, but the Leamside line, closed in 1964, will be reopened. Bristol will get a new mass transit system.
It's all lies, isn't it?
Let me ask you about Manchester. In the deleted document, you promised a link road between the M62 and the M60, a project that was already announced back in 2020.
You look so uncomfortable.
The new document talks about 2 projects in Manchester. Which new roads is Manchester going to get?
Good question. Oh, God, that man. Well, now, we all saw the Tory party conference last week, and it was diabolical in many ways, but also the turnout, other than Suella Braverman's racist rant, was, it was very poor turnout, let's say. But Labour, with Angela Rayner today, oh my giddy aunt, it was quite impressive. People. There's the difference between a Tory party conference and a Labour party conference. Packed. Even Suella Braverman's is not packed like that. It's unreal. That one, done that one. Let's get that out of the way there. Alright. What are we doing a bit? Oh, I've been positive with COVID. Oh no, sorry, buddy. Ben has had COVID since last Saturday. And if it's... Oh, God, there we go. Come on, it's jumping up. Since last... Oh, missed it now. Where is it? There we go. I've been positive with COVID since last Saturday, and if it's this new variant, it's not much fun. And I've had all the COVID vaccinations, so I'll be back to mask wearing when I'm back at work. Don't blame you, mate. Crikey. I think what really worries me is this long COVID thing, and it's when you see some lung examinations and what that sort of, it's quite frightening. I wonder if people got serious fatigue. Oh, the Uyghurs originally came from Mongolia. Wow. What about Nigel Farage? Can't remember what he was now. Oh, crikey. He's descendant from French, isn't he? Which road Manchester will get? We're on the road to nowhere. Yeah, pretty much. Lee Corn, at least the Tories can guarantee on delivering the Metrolink tram extension to MCR Airport and ahead of time. It opened in 2014. I know. Oh. Hello, Robin. I'm sure that the right-wingers will say all the people at the Labour conference are paid actors. How many was there again? There's a few. Yeah, there you go. All paid actors are. Yeah, I don't think so. Somehow. An Egyptian Christian creation and Muslim is genetically the same. Okay. I suppose they are. A conference... always grant. Genie Bottles says, Bristol buses are bad. And millions wasted. No train links to Portishead. Promised for years. And the mayor spend money on plans for underground to airport. Waste of money. Well, they're constantly wasting flipping money. The Huguenots, that's it. Yeah, Nigel Farage is descended from the Huguenots. That's it. Huguenots. They came over like refugees. They fled. COVID is coming home. COVID's coming home. COVID's coming home. Exciting, eh? No, it's not. Those are some boots. What? Boots? It's been a long day. Shattered, says Grant Sloan. Yeah. It's been a Saturday. Sunday. I don't know if I've been in the UK, but oh my giddy aunt, has been hot here. 34 degrees in October. Been very, very warm today. Jasper says, are you doing live Earth Trifle? I will be doing live on all my channels when I'm able to do so. Earth Trifle's only got about 300 subscribers, is it? I need 1,000 subscribers to be able to do it mobile, or even, yeah. I probably do it on the computer, but I can't do it on mobile. But I don't think that'll suit Earth Trifle. No. But yeah, it's possible. I would definitely consider it later, yeah. But I need at least 1,000 subscribers. I'm sure the right wingers will say all the people, and we did that already, didn't I? Or too far down, done that, or too far up. In small boats, why are you talking about the Huguenots in small boats? Maybe Lee. Nigel Farage is fluent in French and German. Oh, the irony! Oh, yeah, man, it's just foul. He's just foul. Oh, I can't stand him. Oh, Ginger says the Huguenots also came to the US. Oh, did they? And that's how my French ancestors end up over here. And there's a plaque to them in downtown Boston. Well, I didn't know that. Thanks for that. Gingers. Gingers came and saw us. And so did Lee Corn. And at the moment, they're sitting side by side in the chat. And he has a degree in demigod studies. Obviously, you're talking about Nigel Farage. Still no frost here, and we're 3 weeks overdue. Blimey, see, because you had a bit of a weird winter as well, didn't you, in the United States? I was at New Hampshire. Farage is also fluent in grifting and the old Saxon tongue. He is a grifter. He reminds me of my brother-in-law in some ways. Okay, my brother-in-law does not look like that, but yeah, like a frog. No. Nigel Farage, or Farage, is fluent in 2 languages and he can lie and grift in both of them. I can't stand that man. I don't want to hate people, but I really do hate him. I really do. China is an atheist country, but it does allow various religions, just not extreme religion. Islam is tolerated in China, just not Wahhabist Islam. So you know more about it than I do, so I can't comment. My French ancestors opened a pub in Bristol, in Pennsylvania. Oh, cool. Can you get French citizenship, maybe? Shows au premier, what does that mean? A Northeast American French, they have name with a, and can't remember, settled in the Cajun country, Louisiana. 2, something I forget. In France, for instance, there's a lot of dialects there. It's not all like Parisian French. Like where I am in France, you've got patois. It's like the local dialect, and some older people still speak it. So that can be confusing. Canada is building a wall to keep the brother-in-law out. Obviously referring to my brother-in-law. Yeah, probably. Well, actually, it looks like the United States is building a southern wall as well. Again, was it about 15 kilometres off? It wasn't a lot. 100 wasn't. Anyway, yeah. Biden's decided that he's got no choice. Excuse me, what? Well, the Huguenots were from the Empire Strikes Back, they were, and looked like a bit like a Rhodes Boyston, and nearly scrapped C-3PO before Chewbacca stopped them. Cheers for that, Stop Smoke. You don't need you need 1,000 for mobile live streaming, unless that's changed. I think they might have brought down to 700 actually, or 500. But for off the computer, you can do it basically as soon as you start it up. Once you've got a channel authorised, you can do it. For instance, Lee Korn's here, or Reagan Lee was here earlier as well, and they both got channels. And the Snowflake Show, they do live shows every Wednesday at 10 o'clock. And it's 500 now, is it, Lee? Oh, cool. That'd be quite handy actually for mobile streaming, because I would like to do that on one of the channels. So yeah, my woodworking channel's okay because it's got it's got 4,000 subscribers now, I think now. My techie channel's only got about 800 on there, 850 on that one, 300 on my Earth Trifle. Got too many channels, and then the ones I just started up is obviously just quite very small because I just started a few days ago. One's got about 50 odd on there, and the other one's got about 20 on there, I think it is. I'm going to do one more channel as well, and that'll be it then. But I'm trying to spread myself out. Balance the mental toll of all sorts of negativity, and the end is nigh. Stuff like that. And also, there's been crikey, there's another change with YouTube. Now, I told you the other week there's a change regarding the monetization regarding the. I don't have mid-roll ads in my videos. I choose not to. Some people might think I'm mad, what have you, but I choose not to put mid-roll ads in. Because I think it just ruins the experience. Well, YouTube is removing that this November. I have no control of it whatsoever. So there will be some ads in some of my videos, which I absolutely hate. But also what they're doing is, you probably notice on my videos, I have a little shop bar on the bottom for my merchandise, which will be earn a little bit of money on. Not a lot, but we earn a little bit of money on. Well, they're removing that. And they're moving it to the into the description bar. So you have to go into the description to see our merchandise. Well, that's just going to ruin it. No one's going to go into your description looking for your merchandise unless I'm constantly telling you all the while. And then, you say, you could buy us a coffee, or you do super chats, all this sort of stuff, and then now I've got to tell you something else. It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. I hate having to do it anyway. But you know, I need to eat. Well, I could probably go and die actually, but the dogs need to eat. But now what they're going to do is replacing the shop bar at the bottom, where we little t-shirts and stuff are, mugs and what have you, with adverts. And although they're saying that you'll earn from the adverts, it'll be tiny. It'll be a tiny amount. So that's a bit of a disappointment. So I'm getting to a point where I'm starting to hate YouTube. They're a brilliant platform in many ways, but they're getting so greedy. Ridiculously greedy. So, yeah. Anyway, where was it? Super chats. Not super chats, the chat. No, wrong one. There you go. Oh, I don't know. Coming on, am I going? I thought that you spread out years ago. Huh? Boom, boom. I know what you're on about. I probably did, actually. Yeah. About 4 years ago, I lost nearly 30 kilos in weight. Yeah, it would be about 30 kilos in weight. I got down to just under I was in the 70s, and now I've gone right back up again. So I need to do the whole thing again. I did keto. That really worked. I didn't hear of it, but I do agree. Christianity, ios, a danger to humans. You're right, Ollie. Russia is behind all of this. He is desperate. I won't be surprised. And Iran. Jim Toy, the evangelicals, and the militant angels. The militant angels. Carrie Fisher, maybe. How do you feel about that, Chris Fisher? Not the passive side, but the active side. I didn't hear of it, but I agree. There we go. Down. I'm missing something here. Well, the Jews were being relocated in Germany, and in Stalin times in Russia, the extremists were being re-educated in Siberia, so I guess people believed in what they want to believe in. Yeah. Chewbacca wanted the gold from C-3PO to make a new Prince... Oh, God's sake. A new Prince Albert for himself. I wonder where his bits are. Where's Chewbacca's bits? Because he doesn't wear clothes. He's just covered in fur. Oh dear, what I thought. Not that I wish ill on people, but I think God was having a day off when a certain person who was dancing with Priti Patel had an unfortunate incident in a light aircraft many years ago. A certain person who was... Oh, Nigel Farage! I had to think for a minute then. Yeah, Priti Patel and Nigel Farage been caught dancing with each other. Yeah, dirty dancing they were. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, we hear in the press, Nigel Farage could be rejoining the Tories. He's going to become an MP. Well, obviously that ain't going to happen. I remember that 30 years ago, it was food. Oh, God, I can't remember all that stuff. So I'm going too far up. My original surname made history. Signed the US Constitution, Bill of Rights, and they were on both sides of us independence war and were also key to English Civil War. Both sides of our ancestors. Waterloo. Oh, little troublemaker. Pilgrims this and pilgrims that. Christopher Columbus, the other, I guess, gingers. Afford to get Counter Kev, hello Counter Kev. Where are we? Oh, Alastorm, take care, my friend. Be good. Good night, buddy. Well, it wasn't flash dance. It was fash dance. Yeah, fascist dance. Fash dance, as in Nigel Farage and Priti Patel. You know, she's actually got a kid. She managed to fornicate with her husband and make a kid. Why would anyone want to do that? God, it takes all sorts, doesn't it? My surname means rider of the north wind. This is a little too salary. Well, my Christian name, Marcus, means like servant to the gods. But my mother told me that she found out about it. She learned of the name, and she called me Marcus from a Woman's Weekly love story novel. Yeah, somebody called Marcus was in it. So, yeah, all right. Did you lose weight on your joint? No, hardly anything. They eat a lot of rubbish. Graham eats a huge amount of rubbish. Too much sugar and stuff in plastic packets. No, I did not lose weight. I should have sweated it off like a good one, but no. Probably drink too much cheap beer. Morris on father's side, McCready on mother's, and both have dodgy pasts. Well, my surname, Ket, was from, let me show you. Why not? Why the hell not? Before I get into what's new. There you go, time's pressing on. What's what channel? There's super chats if you want. You don't have to, obviously, but it would be very kind. Might better feed a dog, 1 or 2 or 3. Where are we? I forgot what I'm doing now. Okay, oh yeah. That's not how you spell it. Fat fingers. Right. Let's find the better one. The Wyndham. Right. The story of Robert Kett. This is my ancestry. And my grandfather had this traced back years ago. There's a lot of American Ketts in that as well, but the name originated from Kite, which is like a Nordic name. I think it was Nordic. Originally it was Kite, and then it was Kett. And Robert Kett was a major landowner in Norfolk, pretty much all the Mousehold and all that area. So but there's a bit of a story about him. So anyway, Kett's Rebellion. Kett's Rebellion. I wonder if I can get a bit bigger for you. That's too big. There you go. So Kett's Rebellion was the most serious outbreak of an unrest. You see, we're rebels. Yeah. During the reign of Edward V in 1549, and it was the reason for the revolts. That's still too small. That's still a bit bigger. Can't do that. Look, it goes silly. 1549, and that was the reason for all these revolts. It was in the 1540s. And why did Robert Kett, a wealthy yeoman, farmer, and tanner, basically tanned leather, pissed on leather, basically. Actually, they used to go around gathering like dog poo and stuff to tan and piss. Yeah, lovely job. Anyway, and became leader of this rebellion. He did. Well, basically because there was a land tax, a boundary tax that was added. You remember when they had like the window tax, and all of a sudden people started blocking up the windows on all the old Georgian houses and what have you. This is kind of a little bit different than that, obviously, but they had like a boundary tax which affected all the peasants, and because it affected all the peasants, Robert Kett realised, hang on, they won't be able to pay their rents because they won't be able to afford them. Yeah, okay, Wally, we'll get back in a second. There you are, boy. There you go, one more. Yeah. Oh, crikey. And I've got a door here now. There you go. Right, yeah, so couldn't afford all the rent, so we'll get back into it again. So what he does, he led a revolt against the crown. And he held Norwich City within its walls. He's had walls all around Norwich City at one time. And he held it for 30 days. And it was German mercenaries that got him out. Or got him out. Anyway, he fled and hid inside an oak tree. It wasn't a Second World tree, they got chopped down. No, it was a hollow oak tree. He hid in there. And the tree is still there. It's full of concrete now, and they've got metal straps around it, because it's a bit of a historic thing. But anyway, to make a sample of him and his brother, he was hung, drawn, and quartered. Lovely, wouldn't you say? I don't know if I got any nice pictures about that on there anyway. Yeah. No, there's no hung, drawn, and quartered pictures. So that's my ancestry. Robert Kett, 1549. So where was I? I don't know. Richie Sunak. Oh, crikey. So Richie Sunak is now wants to bring out a new education standard for education reform, and that is being criticised as well. So the education unions and teachers call Richie Sunak's new education plan a misdirected fantasy. The problem doesn't lie with the type of qualification you end up with. It lies in the fact we haven't got the flipping means to teach people. We haven't got the teachers. We haven't got the lecturers. We haven't got enough people. Many of the people are coming from the EU. Yeah, not so much now. No. So scrapping A levels and making English and maths compulsory to 18 was said to be totally unworkable due to recruitment crisis. Recruitment crisis. We can't get the people. Just like the NHS, we can't get the people. Just like the construction industry, we can't get the people. We just can't get the people. So recruitment crisis in subject areas. So heads and teaching experts and unions have slammed Richie Sunak's plans to scrap A levels and make maths and English compulsory to 18 as a misdirected fancy, and that won't work because schools just can't recruit teachers in any of the subjects. So Sunak, who argued in his speech to the Conservative Party conference last week that reforming education was one of the biggest levers we have to change the direction of our country. Oh, excuse me. And plans to replace both A levels and the government's new T levels with a merged baccalaureate style qualification. Oh, that sounds a bit like French. Qualification called the Advanced British Standard. Oh, God's sake. Whenever you make changes, like for instance, when you want to shift everything about in a civil service in Whitehall, what have you, because you got to look efficient and it doesn't work out. It costs huge amounts of money to do it. Doing this costs huge amounts of money. Let's improve what we've got. Let's make something work that we've got. Doing this is not going to make anything. It's not going to improve anything. It's going to make it worse. We ain't got the money to do all this stuff. It costs money. Oh, actually, no, it doesn't. Because what they're doing, they're trying to. No, basically, they're going to have to fund it themselves. Come out of their budget. So Rachel Roberts, who leads the postgraduate teacher training course in English at Reading University and is the former chair of the National Association of English, told The Observer, given the national crisis in teacher recruitment and retention, the idea of making English and maths compulsory to 18 seems quite preposterous at the moment. Now, I think we've got a serious issue in teaching anyway. Now, my dear wife was working in a school, and we've still got friends who are teachers we cannot converse with quite regularly, and they basically say it's got really bad, and it's not just because of funding. Dare I say it, some of the children just unteachable. They're so unruly. There's just no control anymore in the classroom. It's a mess. You get one or two disruptive children, and the whole class is an array. It must be so soul-destroying for the teachers who are there sticking it out when they struggle to maintain any discipline in the class. Because it takes very long time. Let's say, for instance, you've got one child there who is disrupted, maybe they've got ADHD or something like that, or something that they've got problems. For instance, when Caroline was at school, working at school, there was one young lad there whose father died. He committed suicide. And it messed this poor boy up big time. And he was a very clever lad, but he just all over the place. He needed help. But it took almost a year to get him on the statement that had to have a bit of extra help. Meanwhile, he's still in the classroom disrupting the class, which doesn't help the other children. Now, I know we can all get kind of like we need to be more accepting and stuff. Yeah, but we can't be disrupting the class. We have to work with the poor lad. We have to do what we need to do to actually make his life more bearable, and so he can actually participate in the classroom. But maybe sometime in the day he needs to be out of the classroom, so the class can also progress. It can't be just about that one person. Otherwise, it's Star Wars needs of the many and all that. But yeah, but there's no facilities now. There isn't the help there because there isn't the funding. And this Tory party, they impose rules but expect the schools to actually implement them with their existing funds. There's no additional funding. That's it. It can't work, can it? And it's the same with this. There's no additional funding. It's a joke. But then again, why are we surprised? It's the Tory party, isn't it? That's what they do. The problem with this and other channels we like, advertisers bid for niches of interests and and I think they realise we're not suckers and that certain channels make more revenue though. That's a good point actually. It might be why I get getting shadow banned. Now, as you know, I have been a naughty boy in the past, okay? And I got strikes. And I've had 3 or 4 strikes now on this channel. And it puts a black mark on you. So it makes it very hard for me to get my videos moving, to get the views. And if you don't get the views, you don't get the eyeballs. If you don't get the eyeballs, basically nothing else works. You don't get the subscribers, the channel doesn't grow, it becomes dead in the water, so to speak. Shadow banned. And it is a thing. Not necessarily called shadow banning, but basically you get ranked down. You're less safe. They consider you less safe than what you may have been before you got your strikes. Just because I had naughty words about Anne Widdecombe. It's not fair. Everyone should have naughty words about Anne Widdecombe. Oh. It's not that Brexit is not a triumph. It's how we've implemented Brexit is not a triumph. Something like that. Oh, dear me. The problem with it, with this and other channels, we like advertise bid for the niches, yeah. And a lot of advertisers, they stay clear from they stay away from politics or anything like this. So you earn less money. And at the end of the day, I've got fruit flies, popping fruit flies. End of the day, you know, if you put a lot of time into something, well then obviously you need to get something out of it. Otherwise, you might just get a job, which might come. I'm going to give this until the end of the year, and if I can't turn this around, I'm going to have to pull right back from this and do something else. I've got no choice. I can't afford to live. So I've got bills, whatever, I can't pay. So I can't, you know. And we've got some really kind people on the channel. I've got the memberships and stuff like that, and those are regular. But it's just saying enough. It's just not enough to pay the bills. It really isn't. I don't get YouTube take chunk as well. And I don't get the views. I don't get like Phil Morehouse views, obviously, you know, and I don't expect to. But you know, but there's other channels out there who get massively more views than me, and they're way smaller than this channel. So it's a bit of a struggle. You know, but what I'll do is I'll just push ahead with my other channels. That's what I'm going to do. Good night, Anna Storm. There we go. Grant Sloan says, White witches, Christians be welcome. Not hear what comes from the far right now, especially on the particular megaphone. Well, Mr. Trump will be on his megaphone. Well, he's on his megaphone at the moment, isn't he? My brother's kids start learning French instead of English. Really? Yeah. I do think it's quite important to learn English. Don't forget, it's not just about the United Kingdom, is it? It's about, you know, trading with the world and all that sort of stuff, and actually, it is a very important language. You know, it really is. A threesome with Anne Widdecombe and Teresa Garvey. Oh, it's like
We've got an oven-ready deal.
Really?
Put it in the microwave.
Oh, no, they don't do it. It won't fit. No. Well, that's a very frightening thought. So, hello, Simon says, 55. I hope you're well, my friend. A laundry press. Oh. That's a manwich. Oh, my God. Yeah. He doesn't need a megaphone. No, he doesn't. He's very loud. No one learns English because of the UK, despite the troll patrol conviction. Yeah, of course they don't. English is an important language, and it's Jesus, to be fair, French is as well, to be honest. You know, how many countries speak French in the, you know, quite a few. He doesn't need a megaphone. Look at Phil Morehouse, oldest videos. God, he has lost weight since then. To be fair to Phil Morehouse, he had a really serious weight issue. I mean, he was huge, and he lost a lot of weight. And he wears those baggy shirts and stuff because he's got a lot of loose skin. But I admire the guy for going for it and doing it and losing that weight. I really do. So I'll give him his dues, big time on that, because it ain't easy losing weight, especially when he flipping lost. Crikey, yeah. Oh, the booby prize. Oh, that is. Oh, my little doggy wants to go and have a wee wee. So back in a second. Oh, you just leave. I'll tell you what. I'll leave you with some zombies while I'm doing that.
The most significant electoral victory of recent times and an 80-seat Conservative majority. And yet, today, I see the same old faces, the same voices, the same old politicians making the same old tired predictions. I see a group of spineless...
I'm back. Well, yes, it's the time for my doggy to go and have a wee-wee outside. But he couldn't make his mind up, so he was dragging his heel. He's looking out the door. I don't know, it's a bit dark out here, scary. Something like that. Wally doggy. He is a lovely little boy, he is. English is the language of the internet, good point, and business, and there's a reason that Croatia, Poland, Slovakia, and the Baltic states, Ukraine, now have English as mandated in public schools. It's an important language. There's no getting away from it. It's got nothing to do with whether or not it's to do with the United Kingdom, what have you, at all. Let's get something straight here, The whole of the United Kingdom is a beautiful set of countries just currently run by idiots. And hopefully we can turn it around, and hopefully we can change the mindset in the UK. I just think the people they're unloved, I just think all those right-wing nut jobs, they need to be embraced, squeezed really tightly. Yeah, really tightly. I had a friend and he don't move no more. Make the doggies use the doggy door. I know Gingers knows that I have put a dog flap in one of our doors, and the dogs always tend to rattle about the other doors. They do use the dog flap, though, to be fair. But they do like to go out the front door for some reason. We bought a dog flap, right, put in there. Lasted 5 flipping minutes. So I thought, bugger this, I'm going to make one. So I made one using, like, door flappy and brush type draft excluder, a bit of perspex, and a wooden hinge that I made, and a magnet. But it works. It works really well. When the dogs actually bother to use it. Just before bedtime, Marcus. Oh, most definitely. Chris Fisher, note to do with merit, more to do with manipulation. Oh my God, it will come in again now. Oh, blimey. What are they like? There you go.
We're going off to university, a place of learning. They're going to have a good time, they're going to work hard and hopefully get better careers. But in the meantime, in our universities, there are a certain group of people who are trying to influence and indoctrinate our young people. And this happened with my son about 10 years ago. He went to uni, he went to Sheffield. And I didn't see him for months. He came back, many, many months later, and he came back different. He got long hair, he got a beard, his clothes were different, a different attitude.
Hashtag PMC, police media corruption.
Different outlook on life, and I thought, my goodness, Harry, what's happened to you? He says, Dad.
My clothes accidentally fell off.
He put his arm on my hand. He says, Dad.
I slipped on a glacé cherry.
I've been away for a few months now, and I've come back.
And landed inside one of the men.
And I'm not the Harry that went away all those months ago. I'm different now. I'm a different person. I've found out. Top brand of baked beans. Price had gone through the roof. And he held my hand, looked into my eyes and says, Dad, I've got to tell you something about myself. He says, I am. And I thought, Harry, just get on with it. Here comes a train. You're my son. I love you. Whatever you are.
There's someone I have to get in touch with and forgive. Sorry. I've farted.
Shocking. Absolute shocking. Let that be a warning to you.
Sorry. I couldn't resist. Oh dear. Oh, gotta love Little Britain, don't you? It's politically incorrect, but so anyway, that's funny. Is YouTube lost? Become losers preventing free speech. And Elon Musk is getting sued, and Donald Trump going to jail. Ron DeSantis losing all the battles, and they have become dictators, losers. They have. What happened to his son? He become a vegetarian. Harry, my son, what? You grow in your brain. My dear Harry, I will not feel pain when I'll euthanize you to save my ideology. Yeah, probably. Been real good being here tonight. Take care, everyone. Take care, Grant. And I will get you a call. Oh, nice one. Cheers for that, Grant. Thank you. Take care, my buddy. Well, I'm signing off in a minute as well, so some people have to sleep, don't they? That man needs a dark alley, a guy with the balls, yeah, okay. A bit saucy there. yeah, good night, Grant. Take care, my friend. I'm amazed how many Russians can speak English now from YouTube 2006 to now. There is actually a hell of a lot, isn't it? Anyone seen Politics Joe's version of Train Spotting? Choose a Life. I haven't. Have I seen that one? I think I have. I can't play it on there because I just get demonetized. Or I get a copyright strike. One of the others can't do it. I can't. Got to be really careful now. Really careful. I did one of my blue screen mock-ups with Therese Kofi last week, and that got demonetized. And then you make you wonder why you bothered. They also get shadow banned as well, so if you get anything like that, copyright strikes, they don't show to many people. I was a copyright strike one, that was just a copyright strike was more serious. That was just that basically the owner of... That's because I used Teletubbies for the background. And a little bit of the voice. I broke it up and I split it up, and they still caught onto it. So, basically, they got the funding, not me. I need to sleep. It's been a mark out. It's been 2 hours, isn't it? Well, actually 2.5 hours, I think. 2.5 hours. Began 2.5 hours, blimey. No one, I'm losing my voice. I think I lost my voice before I started, actually. Official language, aircraft, traffic control. Steve McGowan. Right, anyway, I am going to call it. Because I'm getting attacked by fruit flies, because I'm fruity. And, I've got the Wally over there. Look at that little face. Okay, Wally, have another little treat. There you go, my boy. Oh, got one on the belly. Right, we have got our... I tell you what, I just wanted to be very, 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 very kind if you subscribe to my other channels as well. If I can find the links to them, that is. And... because I really need to push them along. Hopefully we can... I'm hoping I can get the channels to support each other, do you know what I mean? So I can get funding from each channel, a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there, and then I can keep this one going then, you see. That's kind of what I'm hoping to achieve. Probably fail miserably, but you usually do. That's that one. Chat. I think that's the right, what's it? Is that the right link? Yo. I need to get a proper... what channels? There. I'll check on that one. Yeah, that's my Lost in France one. And then we got... God, I lose my voice. Oh, blimey. Another new one. What one? Channel. Oh, do. What it is on my rewilding site, I'm going to put more videos. I will still put some videos on here as well, though. Being there's a lot of people in here have bought trees. We put a lot of trees in now. I've made the signs the other day, actually. Got about 15 or 20 signs there waiting to go with the trees. and we're going to start planting trees as soon as the ground softens up. It should be by the end of this month, I'm hoping. We start getting a bit of rain. We've had a little bit, but last week it's been ridiculously hot again. What else is there? I've got my woodworking channel as well, which is this one. That's right. That's my woodworking channel. Give them a free dinghy boat ticket. Ask them to drift away until these to the abysm. And after it went to meet 30p Lee, which ties Nigel Farage, be sure to shake them firmly by them. Oh, I wish we could. I wish we could. On my woodworking channel, I'm going to be making the boat soon. So we're making a rooftop boat, just something you put on, lightweight plywood boat. Probably a punt of some description. And also I'm going to make a coracle. Anyone knows what a coracle is? It's like a little boat that looks a bit like a walnut shell. And it's only about 7 foot long. It's a tiny little thing. It's covered in hide or calico or something like that. So that's that one. That's Woodwork channel. There's the other. Got Earth Drive as well. They're the ones I'm working on at the moment. And it's this channel which I am going to start doing more with. Put it there as well. I won't upload videos on there, but I'm going to set up on here so I can do technique type videos, ripping things apart, taking stuff apart, see how it works, that sort of stuff. That's what I'm going to do. And I've got it set up here. I've actually got a microscope set up here as well. I've got my microscope, a 4K microscope, and I've got an overhead camera set up here as, I'll show you, overhead camera, and then there's a microscope down here, which underneath there is. I'll show you. I've got my microscope, little microscope there. Just a little 4K, really good that is. Brilliant thing. Where are you? What are you doing over there again? Oh, did I do that? I think I did. So we're doing like, ripping stuff apart. And also I'm going to use that for more sharpening videos as well. So I can show you the edge. Because it goes blooming close, it does. Oh, I could use my microscope. I've got a proper microscope up there, a camera on as well. So I'm doing that on our techie stuff. So did I put that in there? Can't remember if I did. Using the plot there. Let's just go into the channel. I'll put it in again just in case. So I'm probably spreading myself a bit thin here, but here you go. Some videos are a lot easier. The thing about these, they take a lot less research compared to All Shorts. And also I've got my All Shorts channel as well. If there's any situation, like for instance, I get demonetized or a strike, I get struck off for another week or whatever, I'll be hopefully using the All Shorts channel as a substitute channel. Yeah, we'll see we go. At the moment, it hasn't got many subscribers on there, so I do appreciate it if people, subscribed. It'd be very, very, very kind. And I love you forever. I love you a long time. Yeah, or something like that. What was that one?
Goodness gracious me.
Oh. Right, okay, back into chat, and then I'm going to sign off in a minute. Oh, yeah. Because I'm ready to lose my voice. Got thyroid issues. I've got a problem with my thyroid, and it's very annoying. Good evening, folks. Hello, Vicar. I hope you're well. You're late to the party. Oh, wait. Oh, there we go. That's it. So, Jasper Edwards, a coracle. You'll be listening to Ratroon and around. Yeah, a coracle. If anyone knows what a coracle is, it's like I say, it's made with usually hazel and willow, what have you. And you bend them around, stick them in the ground. You build it upside down. You put your bits of timber around the top edge, which would be your gunnel, which effectively be on the ground at that point. And then you've got your frame. You lash it all together, and that gives you your frame, like a half a shell. And then you cover that by wrapping it in, well, traditionally it would be some sort of hide, but you can use calico or something like that, and then you have to use some kind of waterproofing paint Years ago, they'd use pitch. So, yeah. But you scale them. You literally have that figure of 8. You scale them, and they go in all different directions. But it'd be pretty cool around here, around all these little streams and stuff, where you've got trees overhanging, because we've got some really shallow streams. That something like that would be brilliant. And then I could do some videos as well with my camera. I was on the motorbike today, and I had the camera on the motorbike as well. So I'll be doing that for my Lost in France channel. And basically, what it is the Lost in France channel? I'm trying to cover as many tips and tricks regarding living in France, but also visas and all that sort of stuff as well. Yeah, visas for elderly people and long stay visas, carte séjour, all sorts of stuff, and getting your driving license and all that sort of stuff, and also idiots maybe who decide it's okay to drive on English plates, but not doing it in my usual patronising, arrogant way. No, that's not what our channel's about. It mustn't be political. Jasper told me it mustn't be political. So no politics on that channel. Been to the pub since Vic. Oh, you haven't, have you? Oh, what do you have? Do you have a bitter? A lager? A stout? I went to Wetherspoons by any chance, was it? Oh dear. I've heard Quentin Tarantino movie clips are free use if any movie contracts are insisted on. Is that true? So Quentin Tarantino, I need to look it up because they would really fit me. Definitely. Bring out the gimp. Oh. Ginger's draft. No. What's Ginger say? Oh, Ginger's. Come on, Mad Monk. Just once. Oh, Mad Monk's here. Hello, Mad Monk. I hope you're well. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Just for you, Mad Monk. Didn't know you were here. I hope you're well. You been at work? Possibly. Hope your brothers are well. I think what you got in the Euclid, I think a more bad choice would all be persecuted to fulfill his family, probably. Now, you'll be naming things like Sixtus and stuff. That'd be terrible. Oh, a local brewery, a proper pub. Oh, I like a little microbrewery. Now we had one in Salis where we were called Woodfords. Get out in a minute. This has got to be AI. It's got to be AI. Like Starmer, there's something going on Twitter. I saw it and it disappeared. Of something that Keir Starmer said, but it wasn't. It was just artificial intelligence, so he didn't say it. So you've got to be really careful what you're flipping it with. Because this AI is getting so good now, especially with just audio. I mean, ridiculously good. Video will get there as well eventually. Political discourse, you could say. Too much influence. Oh, I was sitting here all through the stream, keeping quiet, so no Dancing Baby was played. Well, I bet you weren't. I hope you're well, my friend. We're all drunks in the northwest of England, so enough of the pubs around here are doing okay. And who's Zebediah Dormus? Points are only $3.20 a pint. That's not bad. And really good quality. Yeah, well, I got my homebrew. I'm not drinking homebrew at the moment, mind. I just got a cheap ass, whatever it is. I didn't want to have my homebrew. It's a bit heavy at the minute. But it's only 4%, so it's quite light stuff. It's Baby Bear. But yeah, I got my homebrew. I had some yesterday. Actually, really nice. Do a little bit more clearing, a little bit more aging. But it's it's quite a bit of it. Strong, probably about 7%, I reckon. Sunak is AI. I think you might be right, Doc Davies. Sunak most definitely appears to be AI, if you ask me. The dead eyes. It's just unreal. I still don't understand why people aren't holding them to account, not just regarding being Prime Minister, but for the stuff that the corruption. Oh, it's inadvertently. Oh, it's inadvertent corruption. It's just nuts. How do people get away with it? We wouldn't get away with it. English people don't own England. Most of the country don't own their abode. No, they don't. Mortgages, which means others do. Now, there was... I've got his name now. There's a young economist. He's been on Max's show before. He's a really good guy. He does some brilliant videos. And he did one about that, about who owns what, and that regarding mortgages and stuff like that. And the way he was so coherent in the way he's Londoner, you know, and he used to work in finance, made his money, and now he talks about it. And I can't remember what it's called. I follow him, but I can't remember his name. I'm terrible with names anyway. Same reason any occupied land wants to govern itself. The same reason 90% of the British Empire not govern itself again. No, it doesn't. Infosys is Sunak's #1 priority. Well, we saw that with the licenses to BP, you know, to the oil rigs and oil, gas, whatever it is. And the fact that at the same time, his father, Infosys, just got that 1.5 billion contract with BP at the same time, servicing the technology for those facilities. I drink around Wigan area, mostly in Horwich. Oh, I used to drink in Norwich. You drink in Horwich. No, you're right. It's Gary Economics. That's it. Well done. My God, Chris, you're good. Yeah, Gary Economics. He's a really, really, really flipping out that lad smart. So articulate. And the way he explains things. And he does it in this kind of like on this, you know, street cred kind of way, and it's brilliant. Yeah, very watchable. Gary's Economics, definitely worth following on YouTube. Yeah, cheers for it, Chris. There's a sad story behind the... What? There's a sad story behind the dancing baby, is there? What happened? What happened to the dancing baby? Can I ask a silly question, All Schultz? I thought you were going around 20 minutes ago. I was. It's a wind down. Yeah, I'm winding down. Okay? Yeah, it'll be 3 hours in a minute. Oh, if Richie Sunak offers you kippers, say no to kippers. Kipper. And and inside can look like kippers. Be careful, Richie really when racist. What? Fried poison steaks. Though, oh, crikey, I don't understand what you mean. Oh. I don't know if I came over wrong, but somebody said that it was about, because a friend of ours got my video today. I don't know. Caroline was really distraught about. A friend of ours, son died, and he used to live on our street, and in Sanos, and he was only 28 years old. It was type 1 diabetes. From what we can make out, he had an episode, and he didn't pull through. And for a long time, he's needed some help with it. For a long time, and it's never got it. Well, he sort of gets some help, but there's always such a delay. Meanwhile, it's all going pear-shaped, you know. And anyway, I finally took him last week. That's flipping horrible. Anyway, somebody left in the comments. I don't know if they misunderstood me, but accused me of using it to politicise. It's probably just a Tory sycophant, I suppose. But I wasn't trying to politicise at all. I just want to try and make a point. I suppose it is politicising to a degree. I suppose it is really, but yeah, sometimes things have to be said. You know, and it was even though we haven't seen them for like 3 years now. Our kids grew up with them, and it's kind of like, you know, and on our road they together and all that. We go around each other's for barbecues and stuff like that on the street, and that. And it's go to school together, meet the kids at school together, do all that sort of stuff, and then you see, you watch the kid grow up, and her child is now, was 28 years old as a man at that point, and that passed away. And it's just sad. I know this thing's happened, obviously, but when you kind of think, like, it's that a bit close to home, make you realise, how would you cope with that? Burying, doing the funeral for burying your own child. I just don't know how to cope with that. It's just nuts. But I wasn't trying to politicise it. Not intentionally. Might have been the outcome, but... So I got criticised, I did. Oh, the dancing baby. Oh no, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Blimey. So they make the videos to raise money for treatment and education. Oh, I might delete it now. Oh, crikey, poor little blighter. Would that be why he's got the puffy cheeks and stuff? Do you think? Obviously, I didn't know anything about his history or anything, but it was shared with me. I thought it was quite cute. Oh, quite, that's sad. Sorry, Steve. Just let us know, mate. Chris Fisher, didn't you? I'm gonna have to find another ridiculous image now, aren't I? Top Smoke. I read about that Chinese baby sad story. It was tragic, and he crashed into a terrapin tank at the end. That bit's cut off. Oh, it was a total disaster. Oh, I nearly fell for that hook, line, and sinker. I did. Oh, you bastard. Oh, so my views that Scots own Scotland, to your mind, means insanity. No, not to me, it doesn't. I think the Scottish people have a right to say, to chart their own course, if it makes their country. I'm English, and England, you could say, is my country. I don't feel I have a right to chart your course. I don't. It's my feeling, anyway. I don't want Scotland to leave. I wish it wasn't necessary, obviously, but I understand why it is. Kinderlingers, what? So my views are not ready. Nobody has a mortgage in Scotland. Then, damn, I'm moving there tomorrow. Is what? That kidney story is a conspiracy for Mad Monk to stop you playing. I don't know that, possibly. Anyway, I did say I was going to clock off, didn't I? I did say it. And I'm just going to give my Wally dog a treat, and probably Pandora, because she's... I've got a spider coming. What's going on in here? I got bugs everywhere. Yeah, Wally. Dora? You're not going to jump up, are you, girl? Oh, dear. Labour are going to appoint a COVID commissioner. Oh. To get back the loss. Oh, what, for COVID fraud? Won't Richie Sunak be out of pocket? What about Michelle Mone? Will she be out of pocket? Okay. As long as you don't buy a house over an old coal mine, one of the worst parts of the country for subsidence. Now, we had this issue of subsidence in Norwich because chalk workings. Houses were literally falling in holes. So did the bus on Earl Road, on Bank Road. Yeah, bus fell into a hole. Let me just find that for you, then I am going to clog off. There you go. There's a bus in the hole. Yeah, I think it was Earlham Road, and yeah, it fell in a hole. This was a. What would that be? It's been 88. It says 3rd of March, 1988.
Lurch to the left.
The number 26 was en route along the main Earlham Road in Norwich city centre when the ground literally opened up beneath it, fracturing a water main and exposing a gas main and sewage pipe. The prompt action of driver Jim Peitling cleared the 15 or so passengers just before the back of the bus slid further into the 25-foot hole.
I just pulled away from the stop and the bus, there was a slight lurch to the left, and I looked and there was a blackness, and I just said to the people, get off, and they all got off, and then the bus lurched a bit more, and it finished up like this.
You must have been really worried. What was it like? Panic on?
There were, few of them did sort of worry a bit, but they were panicking a little bit, but they'd all sort of got away as quickly as possible. I thought it could have been worse, you know.
There were fears of an explosion as passengers reported the smell of gas. Gas board officials are now diverting supplies away from the area. As we were filming, more sections of road collapsed into the deepening hole. Norwich City engineer David Hawkes.
Well, my first reaction is it is due to a chalk working in this instance. There is an access to an old chalk working at the back of me, and we know that in the past, in medieval times, there were networks of tunnels under this area of the city. There is a water main, we think, which is
all over
leaking badly, and of course we're hoping as well that the sewer isn't going to show any signs of collapse, but
the future doesn't
it's very
look
early
bright on
days.
Structural tests are now being carried out in case...
Well, there was an issue all over Norwich at the time where there was chalk workings. Basically what you used to do, you see, coming from near the river where it's low, and it's like horizontal mining. And not just this end of Norwich, on the other side of Norwich as well. Near Ketts Hill, my hill, near Ketts Hill, there was little houses that literally collapsing into holes through chalk workings. And yeah, there's a stint of it, and then all of a sudden, nothing happened. No more. So obviously there's something caused it. It's funny that we got very, all these problems all very close together, where all these properties and buses were falling holes. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. I thought I'd leave that with you. So, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. No, not that one. Anyway, I'm gonna say ta-ta and thank you very much. Oh. Norwich, did the driver have both of his webbed feet on the wheel? What are you saying about us? Impeach Richie soon. I wish. Hello, Andrew Evans. Nadal, good night to all. And Fiji versus Portugal rugby match has come to ITVX and has been waiting to see it. So sorry, leave you early. Bush bash. Take care, Andrews. Andrew Evans. I hate your butler. Covered up vent. Okay, Victor says, indeed, there were many covered up vent shafts around where I live, and the entire area is riddled with old coal mining where I live. Thankfully, I'm on top of a hill. Now, actually, where the houses were, they were actually on top of a hill, on top of Ketts Hill. Name of the road now. What do you mean that? Britannia Road and Vincent Road. Scroll down. And now live from Norwich, as it was, 1988. Luckily, everyone on the bus was relayed. Oh God! Are you saying us? Us Norfolk lads are all inbred. That's what you're saying, isn't it? It's the quiz of the week, and the microphone stayed in one piece today. And the microphone, yes, it did. Because my new stand that I made after you broke the last one. You looked at it funny. That's what you did. Nicholas, bloody past. Yeah, Nicholas pasts. Oh Oh dear. Okay, anyway, it's time for me to go, as I to tell you now, and thank you very much for joining us here today. But I do think it's an absolute...
that is a disgrace.
At least we've got some...
In December, I'll be in Beijing, opening up new pork markets.
So ta-ta, and have a lovely day. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Oh, not that one. Oh, not that one. Oh, not that one. No, not that one. Not that one the other day. Oh my God, there's too much to choose from. Okay, this is kind of more like it, I suppose. Yeah. The Tory Party conference.
The NHS is and always has been a
and
national endeavour. That was set out in 1944 when it was a Conservative politician, Sir Henry Willing, who put forward the proposals for a National Health Service. That's right, a Conservative MP from my home city of Liverpool who conceived the NHS. A good omen, I think.
Eat on all the bread or not?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, then we take them off. I'm
Really?
sorry. Yeah.
Okay, can I take off the meat and leave me the bread?
No, everything will be confiscated. Welcome to the Brexit, sir. I'm sorry.
Oh my.
It's not my freedom of expression to protest violently. No, you can't just start a riot or glue yourself to the roads and get away with it. Yes, friends, as Attorney General, I had to go to court to get some of these simple truths established. The judges agreed with me last week in the Court of Appeal in the Colston statue case. And that's why our public order bill will empower our police to stop this nuisance. So whether you're just stopping insulated...
And for too long, the political debate has been dominated by the argument about how we distribute a limited economic pie. Instead, we need to grow the pie so that everyone gets a bigger slice.
But the structural reforms that we're about to deliver include the Brexit Freedoms Bill. The Brexit Freedoms Bill is a fantastic piece of legislation, defining constitutional piece of legislation that will remove the dead hand of EU laws from our statute book finally. There are over 2,400 EU laws that will be amended or repealed.